senior, went through, got your jersey and stuff, but
yes, sir.
You're graduating in May and plan on coming back?
That's the plan.
Sweet. Well, Mallory, that game-winning assist that you had, you hit 5 3-pointers, so they have to guard you, and you got used to that this year with everybody coming out. But you put the ball on the floor, you had one person covering you, 2 people came off, especially Jill's man, and you perfectly timed it for that game-winning pass and shot.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't even see her. I could only see her feet, but I knew I have confidence in Jill every single time she catches the ball on the block. It's going in, so I bounced the pass praying that it would not hit anybody else's foot because we've had a hard time getting the ball in and bounce. So, but she caught it and she made it, and props to her. She played a hell of a game.
So you didn't see her at first. So
no.
What were you thinking when you curled around and was dribbling inside the lane?
I got the Mo passed me the ball at the top of the key with 10 seconds left, and Overton didn't call a timeout, so I was like, well, I got to go to the basket. And so I knew, driving to the basket, I knew I was going to get doubled or tripled just because that's how they've been playing the whole game. And so I was just going to try to find the open player, and Jill was just chilling on the block, on the opposite block, so it worked out.
Southern Arkansas, you beat them. Southeastern lost, so that's big for you guys.
Okay, that's good.
Because there's a lot of pressure on you guys to get in the tournament,
yes.
Especially without Khalifa and Jalen
yes,
and the rest, Sierra Copeland and Kennedy.
Yes, Sierra should be back next week. Jalen is hopeful to be back next week. Khalifa's still on the fence. I mean, her concussion was pretty bad at Harding, so. But Southeastern losing is a big win because we're 2 games ahead of them now, and that's what we need. And we just need to go finish out the year beating Southeastern East Central. So.
All right, great game, Mallory.
Thank you.
That's Mallory Lockhart with 22 points, 7 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 17 threes. The game-winning assist to Jill Leslie as OBU beats Southern Arkansas 62-61. This is Bison Basketball, KGFF Classic Hits.
Yep, let's go. Can you give the...
Okay.
Post-game show continues for the Noble Complex in Shawnee. Todd Miller back with you individually today. Mallory Lockhart, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. The second turned in to be the game winner. 1 steal. Lockhart was one of 3 Bison today in double figures. Jill Leslie with her second straight double-double, 10 points, 16 rebounds, 10 points, 5 rebounds today from Melissa Southern. 8 points in a win, 5 rebounds for Madison Chambers, 5 points, 1 rebound, Kayla Highfill. 4 points today, Petra Wright, and 2 rebounds in her final game here at the Noble Complex and 3 points this afternoon. No rebounds for Kendall Parker. 19 points from Kissy Young in a losing effort today for Southern Arkansas. She had a steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. 13 points, 4 rebounds for Diamond Morris. 9 today from Jessica Jones. All 9 of hers came for the three-point arc. 5 points from Kylie Warren, much different than what she did the first time against OBU when she had 18 in Magnolia. 4 today from Michaela Lindsay. Also 3 points from Lily Moore, 2 points from Braden Hill, and also 2 today from Maggie Evans. Bo Overton joins us here courtside. Coach, I'll tell you what, I couldn't be more proud, win or lose, of a group of girls than I am this bunch.
Is that not entertainment, or is that not entertainment?
It is entertainment. That's a tough team to have to face when you have your full roster, and you didn't have them today, but these girls just battled and battled.
I think that's what we talked about, was just, the next person's got to play. The next person's got to execute. And we've had a great week of practice. Everybody kind of understands their roles right now, and I just, like you said, you can't be any more proud of them. Peyton moving over to the point guard spot and the way she played, and how physical Andrea and Jill were inside, and then number 5. Little Mal getting that ball in the basket really helped, and just a great game. 25 turnovers today. You probably don't win that ball game if you don't clean up one area you addressed in the first meeting. That was on the glass. You hammered them today and only limited them to 12 offensive rebounds. That's the game. Usually that's every game, but I thought at their place, they're the ones that hammered us, and they got I think it was 24-3. On second chance points, and we did a lot better job today, and that's what I was talking about with Andrea and Jill, playing so much better and more physical, and then you throw in Maddie, the way Maddie Chambers played with her physical and playing on defense, and those long rebounds that were coming out, she was getting hands on them, and then Mo, the way Mo came in and played,
I thought she was great.
Yeah, just everybody that came in the game. Kendall coming in and giving us some really good minutes, made a big 3 for us. Just everybody that came in was great.
Just not a team you want to have a short bench against, and I'll tell you why. Because physically they wear you down, but emotionally, 40 minutes of that also gets to you too.
I kept looking over to see, and Mal was just worn out. Mo was just worn out. And we finally would get a timeout where they could, catch their breath, and they just toughed it out in a great way. I'm just really proud of them.
What a huge week for your program. You go 2-1. You beat 2 teams you desperately needed to beat again.
Yeah.
You do that. Now you finish out of the road with a couple of winnable games, and you're going to take at least a 2-game lead over one of those for the 8th and final playoff spot.
Well, we've been talking about just let's get to this day and play this game. Let's get to the next. Let's get to Thursday and play that one, and then at the end they'll tell us where to go.
Winning's fun.
It is fun. Thanks,
Coach.
All right.
Bo Overton visiting with us here. Final score, Oklahoma Baptist 62, Southern Arkansas 61. Yo Runners now 10-14, 6-13 in conference play. OBU back to 500 of the league at 10-10 and 14-12 overall. We'll begin our men's pregame look. It's the Meal Riders and the Bison, round 2, coming up next on Classic Hits, KGFF. Thank you.
Did you do the final numbers?
Yep.
So we're pregame now.
We're ready.
So you can transition that little money. You sure are in a good mood today.
Yeah, surprisingly. For a change. I got to give it up to most.
University and the Great American.
Todd Miller, Scott Wettishbaum, easily with you. Courtside at the Noble Complex as we turn the page. Oklahoma Baptist in a thriller wins the girls' game 62-61 of the men's contest. 18-7 first place Bison. 15-4 will take on the Mule Riders, who are red hot. Southern Arkansas has won 5 straight, 6 of their last 7. They have a roster chocked with all conference players. They're 12-7 in the league and 16-9 overall. Southern Arkansas has already beaten Oklahoma Baptist, did so by 8 in Magnolia on January the 24th, 71-63. In fact, Southern Arkansas has won 2 straight and 9 of 12 in the Division II era. Head-to-head with Oklahoma Baptist in this building, the two have split 6 meetings. Of course, the last meeting, Scott, was last year. It was really disheartening. OBU led for much of the game. Southern Arkansas and the eventual player of the year, Aaron Lucas, and also Devontae Brooks, a former first-team all-conference selection, just took over, and SAU eliminated Oklahoma Baptist and made for some anxious moments until the NCAA Tournament Committee showed the Bison that they were headed to level.
Well, you talk about putting your foot on the gas. That's what Brooks and Lucas did here in the Noble Complex in that postseason contest. They never let up. Lucas, inside-outside game, he'd go hard to the rim. He can shoot from outside. Brooks, a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of rebounds on both ends, putbacks, nice little jumpers around the baseline. Made it very difficult on the Bison on their home court.
What a terrific crowd here on Senior Day. I mean, the lower level almost full. There's quite a few spectators on the upper level as well. And I'm going to tell you, folks, you don't know how much that means to these athletes, both to look up and see the support, but also the vocal crowd. That really, I think, helped propel the Bison women through that 1-point victory over Southern Arkansas in the opener.
There's no doubt about it, because the Mule Riders had the momentum. Oklahoma Baptist up by 13 at one point, and then you had that tight game there in the last 2 minutes, and the Mule Riders were up by a point for most of that time. And then you have a trap in the corner. Might have got away with a foul, a turnover. OBU gets the ball. Mallory Lockhart interviewed her in the post game. They come out on her at the three-point line. She said, well, Overton didn't call a timeout, so I said, I looked up, there's 10 seconds left. I better go. So she goes into the lane. One man-to-man, 2 defenders coming. She said she didn't even see Jill Leslie until her man came off of her perfect bounce pass, and the game's over. 61-60. Oklahoma Baptist women over Southern Arkansas.
It did not matter when she saw her. The bottom line is she did see her. And Jill Leslie finished with her second career double-double, and OBU wins game 1 of the Twin Bell. Thursday night, another emotional roller coaster inside the Noble Complex. OBU had that double-digit lead in the second half, could not hold it. I'm going to tell you, Arkansas-Monticello is a really difficult match, and Jason talked about that on the postgame show. The style that they play with Chad Tapp, where they slow it down, it's a grind it out, wear you down type game every single time. I thought OBU showed a lot of mental toughness to come back and win that one.
Well, the Bison have a lot of pride, and when you're as good as Oklahoma Baptist is, you don't want to lose, especially on your home court. And Monticello, like you said, it's tough. And I say this game in, game out, especially on the men's side. I think in the women's too, you can't just show up and win. You have to fight and fight to get every win, no matter what the record is. Jason Aker will attest to that.
Jaquan Sims finished 8 of 13 from 2-point range from the field against Southern Nazarene. He did not have a field goal, nor did he score a point against Arkansas Monticello here on Thursday night. Speaking of Southern Nazarene, the Mule Riders are coming off a terrific road win. They came from behind to win at the Sawyer Center in Bethany, where SNU hardly loses. In fact, the Crimson Storm before Monday night had only lost 1 of their last 14 ball games. Southern Arkansas won at 71-68. And it's the first time within the state of Oklahoma this year that the Mule Riders have won a conference road game. They are 1-3 in Oklahoma, and Jason Aker and company hopes to finish them off with a record of 1-4 in the Center State.
Wow. You only win 1 game in Oklahoma, and you win at Southern Nazarene. That's pretty unbelievable. And that says a lot about the Mule Riders, because it's tough. It doesn't matter where you play in Oklahoma or Arkansas for that matter. It's hard to win on the road. But with Southern Nazarene just coming and just fighting, they got off to that slow start and then just reeled off all those victories, the length, and they play such tough defense. That's a big win.
I'll tell you, I don't know that there's a more talented starting five in the conference than Southern Arkansas. They have 4 players that average double figures. Last year's Conference Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Lucas, a senior from Tulsa, is averaging 13.9 points per ball game. That's more than 5 points less than he averaged a year ago. But Devontae Brooks, there's no one in the conference like him. He's a 6'6 senior from Shreveport, Louisiana. He can shoot the 3 if need be. He's made 3 of those. He shoots 55% for the floor. Devontae Brooks is a double-double machine, averages 17.4 a game and 11 rebounds. He has had 10 or more points, 10 or more rebounds in 24 of 25 games, including 19 in a row. So he has really, really been playing well, and he spearheads an offense that averages 75.4. I will tell you this, if you go back, Devontae Brooks has had success against OBU. He has not killed the Bison. Who has hurt them is Jalen Brooks, his brother. He averages 12.5 points, 7.6 rebounds. Jalen Brooks was big on this same floor last year in the Great American Conference Tournament semifinals.
Oh, both the Brookses, even if Devontae Brooks doesn't have a lot of points, he's going to have a lot of rebounds, and you just called him a double-double machine, and he is that. He's long, he's strong, he's active. Just like I mentioned earlier, Brooks and Lucas, they put their foot on the accelerator and don't let up. So they're going to come at you. They're going to try to go to the rim. If you stop them, they pull up. They have step-back shots. They can rebound. They do everything.
Southern Arkansas 16-9, coming off the road victory at Southern Nazarene on Thursday night. They average 75.4, give up 66.5. They shoot 44%, 34% from 3, averaging 8.3 makes per game beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Oklahoma Baptist averages 73 a game, gives up 70 in conference. They're averaging 74 contests and allowing just over 70 points a ball game. Bison among the league's best in block shots with 84, also an assist with 13.4. OBU led, of course, by the league's leading scorer in Burke Putnam, averaging 20.4 points per ball game and 5.3 rebounds. I don't have a vote, but if OBU wins the regular season, I think Burke Putnam will replace Aaron Lucas as the Great American Conference Men's Player of the Year in this league. Bison have 3 others in double figures. Stoddard averaging 12, 11.5 from Brantley, and 10.3 from Jaquan Sims. OBU shoots 46 from the floor, 36% from 3. And again, they are a good rebounding team. They out-rebounded Arkansas Monticello here on Thursday night. That is our pregame look at round 2 of the Mule Riders at Oklahoma Baptist. Stay tuned. We're back with a look at today's starting lineups. We'll tip off the final home game of 2021-22. It's coming up next. This is Bison Basketball, presented by McIntyre Law on Classic Hits, KGFF. Okay.
Lord, we thank you for this day, and we pray that you keep all these athletes safe, help them to use all of their abilities to glorify you in all that they do. And Lord, may God bless OBU. Amen.
contest. First for the visitors,
You don't have
from
angles
Southern
for the
Arkansas
band?
University.
I don't have.
Starting at guard, 5'9" senior from Tulsa, number 3.
Time now for a look at today's starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Magnolia, Arkansas, the Red Hot Gill Riders of Southern Arkansas, winners of 5 straight and 6 of their last 7. In fact, these two are the 2 hottest teams right now in the Great American Conference. Andy Sharp is in his 10th season, 145 and 129 against the conference. He's 107 and 98. He'll start Aaron Lucas, the reigning defensive and conference player of the year, 5'9", a senior from Tulsa. Blake Rogers averages 10 points and 2.1 rebounds a game. Blake Rogers is a 6'1" junior from Starkville, Mississippi. Jalen Brooks is a 6'5" junior from Shreveport, Louisiana. Tyler Garrett is in the starting lineup. Tyler Garrett is a 6'1" junior from Springdale, Arkansas. And Devontae Brooks, we highlighted him in the pregame show, a 6'6" senior from Shreveport, Louisiana. We told you that Southern Arkansas is just 50-50 away from W.T. Watson Center this year. They're 5-5 in 10 road games, 3-5 in the league. 1-3 though here with the Cedar State. OBU hopes to keep just that one win that they gained on Thursday night at Southern Nazarene. Andy Sharp has been a collegiate head coach for 17 years. Prior to taking over at NCAA Division II Southern Arkansas, he was the head man at Emmanuel College and Martin Methodist. He's a 3-time Trans-South Coach of the Year, a 1-time National Coach of the Year award winner. And his career record, 182 wins, 148 losses. Since he has taken over in Magnolia, Southern Arkansas has certainly been one of the programs to beat. Here's the starters tonight for Oklahoma Baptist. Final time, they'll line up this way inside the Noble Complex. It's Daquan Sims, a 6'3" senior from Covington, Georgia, averaging 10 points, 2.9 rebounds a game. Bert Putnam is a 6'3" senior from Tulsa, transfer from Valdosta State. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds against UAM here on Thursday night. Leads the conference at 20.4 points per ball game and 5.3 rebounds. Brantley Thompson playing his final home game here at the Noble over a brilliant 5-year career. 6'3" senior from Tuttle, averaging 11.5 points, 4.2 rebounds. Harrison Stoddard will start a 6'7" senior from Edmond. He is the game winner with 1.2 seconds to go here on Thursday night to subdue Arkansas Monticello and keep Oklahoma Baptist in first place in the league. He averages 12.4 points per ball game and 5.3 rebounds. And on senior day, Jack Pruitt, who is listed athletically as a junior but is graduating for Oklahoma Baptist, will be in the starting lineup. Jack from Moore and the prep at Christian Heritage averages 1.1 points and 0.8 rebounds. Bison basketball today and all season on the Bison Sports Network and KGFF, brought to you by McIntyre Law, by SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee, and the First National Bank and Trust Company. Southern Arkansas on the road, blue and gold uniforms. They'll move from right to left. OBU in the home white and green, trimmed in gold. And once more, Jason Aker has the yellow tie on, white shirt, black pants, and that fairly green right jacket. OBU's had a lot of success in this building under Aker. They've won 84% of their games. They're 2-1 against Southern Arkansas and Shawnee. Jason 41-8 at home, 72-35 here on Bison Hill. Here we go. Brooks Stoddard to jump center, and Southern Arkansas wins the opening tap. Rogers will leave it in the backcourt for Aaron Lucas. Standing crowd as they await the first basket of the largest crowd of the season. Pruitt will defend the basketball. It's Brooks who takes him off the dribble and forces a turnover. Great defense by Jack Pruitt.
How about that? Pruitt stand between the dribbler and the goal, all over him, forced a turnover on senior day in a big start.
The electric atmosphere of this place. Most of the crowd on their feet, hoping for OBU to get the early jump. Easily the largest crowd of the season. Putnam with it across the midcourt stripe. Now it's doubled by Brooks and Lucas. Goes to Thompson to Burke for 3. Bang! He nailed that one straight on. 3-0 the OBU lead. 19:24 to play in the first half.
That'll either put this crowd down because they already scored, or they're just so excited to keep standing.
Aaron Lucas hands it off out front. Blake Rogers with a basketball between the circles. Jalen Brooks hands it to Tyler Garrett. Garrett to Lucas in front of us. Right of the screen for Devontae Brooks. Now he pivots, goes left wing. Garrett's 3 for the tie is good. And we're tied at 3 on Tyler Garrett's made 23rd 3 of the year.
Look for Devontae Brooks to get a illegal screen call. He had a couple of them there he got away with.
Southern Arkansas 34% from beyond the arc, averages over 8 made threes a game. And look at Putnam, abusive defender, gliding left to the goal, layup good.
How about that first quick step? Part of it is when you hit a three-pointer that far, they come out on him, then he can go by him to the rim.
You can tell Burke is super juiced for this game today. They lob it left baseline. Jalen Brooks over the top, and it's stolen away. Jack Pruitt with the steal. It looked like Brooks was going to try to slam it home. Right corner for three, Putnam. That one doesn't go. Stoddard high for the rebound. Back up and one for Oklahoma Baptist. The foul is against Tyler Garrett. That is going to be his first personal.
And then how about fighting for that rebound? Stoddard comes up with it, but his teammate, Jack Pruitt, starting on senior day, he's there too, diving on the floor, trying to get that ball.
Pruitt comes out. Nigel Wilcox, who usually is in the lineup. In fact, the first time in 26 appearances as a junior that Wilcox comes off of the bench. Harrison Stoddard is 80% for the foul line, and he hits the free throw. The Bison have scored 5 straight after a 3-3 tie. 18-19 to play here in the first half. Lucas into the front court for the blue and gold cladded Mule Runners. Right side, Tyler Garrett. Between the circles, Blake Rogers. Guarded by Jaquan Sims. Rogers looks left, feeds it to Garrett against the zone. Right baseline is Brooks. Back out high, Garrett for three, and he got it. Tyler Garrett now has come out on fire. He didn't even score in the 8-point road loss by OBU and Magnolia back in January.
Well, the Bison worried about the Brooks brothers and Lucas. You know, nobody accounts for Garrett.
Putnam threw a double team, almost lost it, kept his dribble, bounces at baseline left for Wilcox. He'll back down, spin, kicks it corner left. Thompson's three, no good. Stoddard fighting for the rebound, knocked it away that time from Jalen Brooks, but Harrison was on the baseline. 8-6 our score. OBU led 3-0. We were tied at 3. The Bison then scored 5 in a row. And Garrett answered with his second made three to pull Southern Arkansas to within 2 points at 8-6. Aaron Lucas bounces it between the circle for Blake Rogers. Right of the Devontae Brooks screen. They rolling. Brooks cut off of the paint to Lucas. Pump fakes, moves right. Three over Putnam is good.
Well, you know, Putnam jumped early on the first time. Lucas had him, but he recovered nicely. Nice shot by Lucas because Putnam got back on him.
He was actually inside the arc, so it's a long two. Game is tied at 8. Thompson is bumped out high, and the foul against Devontae Brooks is his first, and the second against the Mule Riders with 17-10 to play here in the first half. And here comes Trey Green, the sophomore from Kingfisher, to the ball game. Stoddard will go to the bench. Sims comes out. They're going to add a little bit more muscle now as they put DJ Freeman to the lineup.
Aaron Lucas out of Tulsa, Washington High School. Have you ever heard any good players come out of there?
Never. Ty Archibald, a 6-foot sophomore from Katy, Texas. They stink again this year, don't they? Number 1 ranked team in 6A at Oklahoma High School boys basketball. Putnam with a behind-the-back dribble, guarded by Lucas, who stays with him. Burke angles left, now calls for a clear out, gets a screen, bounces it for Green. 7 to shoot. They go to Wilcox, who catches, puts up a one-handed turnaround jumper. He missed it. Wilcox trying to get the miss, had it taken away by Brooks. Into the front court with it is Blake Rogers. Bounces it down low. Up and under is Jalen Brooks. And that is now 7 straight by Southern Arkansas. They lead by 2.
Yeah, Wilcox rushed his shot a little bit that time on the right baseline. Usually he likes to square up and take that shot.
Under 16.5 to play first half. Putnam another three. Misses long out front. Brooks with a rebound. Went to the floor. Lost the handle. And, man, he took a hard fall. You could hear that as he hit his tailbone all the way back at the other end of the floor where we're seated.
But that was all on Devontae Brooks' own volition. There was no white shirts that undercut him. He just leaped so high, was backward, reaching for that, lost his balance.
Putnam inbound to Green, left quarter for DJ Freeman. Back to Brantley, right side to Burke Putnam. Alley-oop lob for Freeman. Broke it up that time by Archibald because he got in the way. The first shot won't go. The tip by Freeman again is good.
Wow. I don't see how Freeman jumped so fast after that first miss.
Lucas, guarded by Putnam, takes him off the dribble through the paint, cut off right wing, bounces it down for Jalen Brooks. He backs down against Wilcox, instigates the contact, throws it up, it wouldn't drop. But Nigel Wilcox has picked up the first personal foul for Oklahoma Baptist this afternoon, and that'll take us into the first media timeout. 16 minutes to play. First half from Shawnee. The game is tied at 10. This is Bison Basketball, presented by McIntyre Law on Classic Hits, KGFF.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee compassionately serves the healthcare needs of Shawnee and the surrounding communities. We're known for providing exceptional care and offering the latest advances in medical services. Bison basketball also brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company. For every season, we are your bank for life. Along with Scott Wadich and Bob Beasley, I'm Todd Miller at the Noble Complex. 4 minutes in, 11-10, Southern Arkansas as Brooks hits the first of 2 free throws. SAU averages 13.3 makes a game. They shoot 69% as a team from the line. Second Brooks free throw is no good. It's actually the first.
Tell you, Nigel Wilcox had his arm straight up, didn't come forward on Brooks at all. Brooks was initiating all the contact. I didn't like that call on Nigel.
Brooks' second free throw is short. OBU has the rebound. I can tell you the difference. It was 10-10 going into the break. It's 11-10 Southern Arkansas. They changed Aaron Lucas's 2 to a 3, which is what I thought had happened when the shot occurred. Brantley Thompson into the paint, kicks it left side. Trey Green to Brantley, top of the key. Thompson draws a double team, whips it across the floor. Green to Freeman, left quarter. Out front to Sims, 10 to shoot. And a whistle underneath and a foul called against the Mule Riders. And that's going to go against Aaron Lucas. That's his first and the third against Southern Arkansas. So Brantley Thompson will inbound with 15:39 to play in the first half. He'll lob it out front to Trey Green to DJ Freeman. Now to Sims out front. He swings it left to Brantley Thompson. Back to Sims, right quarter to Trey Green against the man-to-man defense. Thompson fumbles it, gets it back top of the key, working against Lucas, pulls up off balance, missed the 16-footer. Rebound to Aaron. Great defense by the reigning conference defender of the year with a turnover. Lucas threw it to Sims. Sims 2-on-1 to the goal. Layup is good.
What a play, Jaquan Sims. He just read the eyes of Aaron Lucas at the last second when that ball's in there. He stepped in front of that passing lane. Then he took it right to Lucas to the rim.
Nice it on the high side, 12-11. Right side, Archibald with the basketball. Lobs it for Jalen Brooks, guarded by Nigel between the rings. Left side, Blake Rogers against Thompson. Now to Lucas. He'll put up a 3 over Sims, and he got it. Aaron Lucas is one of those guys that looks like he can score any time he chooses to.
Todd, he was standing on the end on the Bison. Jaquan Sims was right on the edge of the end. And boy, you got to give it up for that shot.
14-12, Southern Arkansas. 14.5 to play first half. Thompson against the man-to-man defense, guarded left side. Cross courts it now for Sims. He drives in, goes left, back right, dumps it to Wilcox, who comes up short on a one-handed shot on the baseline. Those are usually automatic for Wilcox. Southern Arkansas with a rebound and a 2-point lead.
Yeah, even those short shots for Wilcox, he put some arch on them. Those both were flat.
Left quarter 3, Archibald, no good. Over the back, Brooks, Devontae with a rebound. Pounds his way back in and scores on a turnaround jumper. Devontae Brooks with a second chance basket. It's 16-12 Mule Riders.
That 6'6" athletic body, you've got to hit him, and he's going to be really, really physical tonight.
Green drives baseline underneath the basket to Thompson, left quarter to Sims on the wing. Jaquan back with it to Green, left wing to Brantley Thompson. It's a zone defense by the Mule Riders, and Sims loses the ball off of his foot out of bounds.
Well, that was a good call because Archibald hit that ball, topped it off of Sims' thigh. Good call by the C official.
First time out, or first turnover against OBU. Putnam comes back in. Stoddard is back in. Justin Tidd has re-entered the lineup for OBU. Sims and Trey Green remain out there for Oklahoma Baptist. Aaron Lucas into the front court. Hands it off for Devontae Brooks. He'll go left at 10. Goes up and Stoddard blocks a shot. Rebound, those run down. Jalen Brooks, top of the circle. Rogers 3. Pinball sent it out. Rebound to Justin Tidd, who got hit in the nose. Now Putnam accelerates out of the front court right side, is cut off of the wing, backs it out, knifes his way into the paint, drop steps, goes up, missed it. 10, though, with his back to the basket, never squared up, but just whipped it in.
That's not an easy shot looking over your head and doing that.
Justin 10 ends the scoring drought in the 4-point SAU run as Devontae Brooks rattles the rim at the other end and gives the Mule Riders back a 4-point lead.
Yeah, on the other end, Jalen Brooks blocked Burks Putnam's shot. Then Justin 10 got that rebound with that over-the-head shot.
10 and Stoddard set a high screen. Burke open three, no good. He made his first miss that one. 10 over the deflection for Brooks, throws it back up and in. Justin 10 played 11 minutes, had 6 points and 2 rebounds against UAM. His efficiency is matched or surpassed that here early. Blake Rogers drives left baseline, misses it, but he's fouled. And Blake Rogers is going to go to the free throw line to give perhaps so that Arkansas back the 4-point lead as Quan has his first.
You know, back on that other end, Justin 10, he had position. Devontae Brooks got inside of him, but jumped a little early. And who was there? Justin 10 fought for it and got that putback.
Blake Rogers, a 71% foul shooter, hits the first. Hope you will join us at all the Great American Conference for the postseason men's and women's basketball tournaments coming to the Fire Lake Arena here at Shawnee, March 3rd through the 6th. Second free throw by Rogers, hits the hill of the rim. Jesse Davis, who just checked in with a rebound. Southern Arkansas by 3. Lucas drives in, bounces it right side. Archibald spins at the foul line. Putnam defends him. And then Burke knocks it out of his hands, but unable to get it before it goes out of bounds. Comes Connor Harvey, a redshirt freshman, 6'3", out of Mena, Arkansas. Harvey played 11 minutes in the win at Southern Nazarene Thursday night, had a rebound, 2 points. Harvey averages 3.7 of the rebound per ball game. Archibald to inbound, looking for Connor Harvey. Now instead gets it to Lucas inside the timeline, right front court. 12-12 to play first half. SAU leads OBU by 3. Lucas left of the screen from Jesse Davis Jr. They roll Davis, and it's off of his hands, out of bounds.
Well, that's a
turnover for the Mule Riders.
That's a very difficult catch for Jesse Davis Jr. because Harrison Stoddard was so close to his body. Now Lucas knew that Davis wasn't that wide open. He just thought he'd get the back cut. He forced that pass in there.
19-16 Southern Arkansas, an offensive foul against Wilcox. Push it off down low, and that's his second personal. Not someone you want on the bench in foul trouble less than 8 minutes into the ball game when we get a timeout. 19-16 Mule Riders, back after these messages on Classic Hits KGFF.
Is a neighborhood restaurant offering exciting menu of scratch-made dishes, highlighting local ingredients. Their modern eclectic downtown space includes ample outdoor seating and the best live music in the area.
Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile and semi-accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, 1 in 4 crashes now involve texting and driving. That's 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers. If you have been injured and you want to know your rights, call us now. The consultation is free. We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Continue to watch is on the glass where Southern Arkansas out-rebounds their opponents by nearly 7 per game. OBU is +3. Right now it's 8-7 Bison on the window, including 5-3 on the offensive glass for OBU. Aaron Lucas into the front court from right to left, goes through the Bison logo. Jalen Brooks pops out. They go right side. Jesse Davis nearly had it stripped away. 10 is all over him. They hand it off to Aaron Lucas, who almost stepped on midcourt. Lucas gets a screen. Now they switch. 10 is on him. Now they back off. Putnam will defend him, and Lucas splashes down another 3.
Well, that was great defense by Justin 10. Just better offense at the end by Aaron Lucas.
22-16, Southern Arkansas. Aaron Lucas, 19 points in the win at Bethany on Thursday night. 10 handles the bounce pass down low, goes back door, lays it up, and hangs on the front of the rim and falls off. Davis Jr. with the rebound. Southern Arkansas with the biggest lead goes to work offensively. Lucas with it, got by with steps in the left corner. Got it by Burke Putnam in a timeout. Comes from Andy Sharp at the other end of the floor with 11:08 to play here in the first half, and OBU down 22-16. Aaron Lucas, make that 3 of 3 from three-point range. Stats have not updated. He has 9 points on 3 three-point baskets. Southern Arkansas 8 of 12, 5 of 7. Scott, you wonder what it is about this team. 9 in and not out. You look at the second media timeout, third media timeout, and lo and behold, the opponent's shooting 67%. We say the same thing. This surely can't last.
And you think about Jason Aker and the Bison. They work so hard in practice. They're the top team in the conference. They always have to go through crunch time to get these wins in the Noble Complex. I bet you they'd like to relax and just get out and be a front runner from wire to wire.
Not very easy to do in this conference. No. There are no gimmies in this league. Tyler Garrett, who's just checked in to inbound the basketball. He is fronted by Brantley Thompson. Connor Harvey with it, foul on extended left wing, now to Lucas. Aaron working against Burke Putnam. Crosses over, now slides left, and Burke is going to be called for the foul.
Tell you, Aaron Lucas had his arm in the gut of Burke Putnam from the left elbow, just in front of the left block.
Devontae Brooks comes in. He will spell Jesse Davis Jr. First foul against Burke, fourth against the Bison with 10:56 to play in the first half. Tyler Garrett will inbound with Stoddard in front of the entry pass. They cross-court it. Burks run off the arc, pulls up, throws a floater. He missed it. Offensive foul. Justin 10 took the charge, and Aaron Lucas has picked up his second.
How about the minutes again? We say this night in, night out. Justin 10, valuable minutes off the bench.
You know, if you look at his average minutes played, it's about 10 minutes. But if you dive deeper into the productivity in that time, I just was remarking earlier about what he did in 11 minutes against Arkansas Monticello here on Thursday night. He's as productive as anybody in the club. Burke Putnam moves right and splashes down an elbow jumper. Burke now with 7 points, and OBU wins a drought to pull within 4.
That shot was dead center. When he rises up with that nice arch, it's money.
Jalen Brooks to Tyler Garrett. Garrett out high to Jalen Brooks. Drives, pump fakes, got Stoddard in the air and lays it up and in. Jalen Brooks with 4. Can you imagine the driveway in Shreveport, Louisiana with Jalen and Devontae in the games they used to have?
I'd just have to move the rim up another foot so they can be dunking all the time.
Halfway through the first half, 24-18 to score. Burke Putnam with it left side, almost had to take it away from behind. Hands it to Jaquan, right of a screen. Quan bounces it down, let a 10 layup is good. Justin was one of the screeners high left, and then they rolled him, but nobody accounted for it.
That was a great move by 10 because he fooled the Mule Riders, like you said. He was up there toward the left elbow, and then he, right at the perfect timing, he rolled to the goal. Perfect one-handed bounce pass by Sims.
9:39 to play first half. The lead down to 4 as Dodge Brown is out for the first time, a sophomore from Commerce, Texas. He gets on the baseline, and a trap and a foul. Jason Aker is incredulous with that call as he went racing to the end of the bench. And that's number 1 on Justin 10. And there is an injured Mule Rider on the court. And that was the Southern Arkansas player that was trapped on the baseline that precipitated the foul call. Andy Sharp is to midcourt. Now he turns his back and walks away as Wilcox with 2 fouls will come in. And it appears that it's Devontae Brooks that was trapped. That may sound silly. We're sitting on the floor and can't see, but I'm telling you, when things happen to that corner of the floor, we have no ability to see because of the bench.
But you know what? If you don't tell people that, they still think you're a great caller.
No, I'm not. So Tyler Garrett will inbound. The pass hit by Sims all the way to the other end for the layup. It's a 2-point game. Sims for the steal of the bucket, 24-22.
You take that gamble when you make those long passes, especially great anticipators like Sims. He read that the whole way.
9:19 to play in the first half. OBU turning it up defensively. Right front court, Garrett leaves it left side. Brown drives, dribbles into Stoddard. Now it's doubled by Putnam. Out high it goes for Garrett. Angles through the paint, trying to bounce it for Harvey, and it's kicked.
Sims kicked that ball, but that's still a great play. Even though it's a violation, he almost had another steal. That's another defensive touch by Jaquan Sims. A steal and coast to coast. I mean, I'm a big Jaquan Sims fan.
Garrett and Harvey are out of the ball game. Chris Weish will come in along with Blake Rogers for the Mule Riders. Devontae Brooks handles an inbounds pass right side. They trap the basketball. That was a point of emphasis in their shoot around before the game today. Brown fakes a pass, drives left, throws it up, and airballed it. That thing wasn't even close. Thompson up ahead left side. Sims with the basketball. A three would give OBU back the lead. They lob it to Stoddard, and he's pushed from behind. That was a late whistle, was the correct call. And that foul is against Ariri, and that's going to be his first.
Yeah, and that would be the lead official's call, and it came from the C official opposite side of the floor. That was the right call because that was a hard hit on Stoddard.
Burke Putnam to inbound the basketball. Needs to hurry. Tried to bounce it across the floor. Dodge Brown with a steal. 8:40 to play first half. Quarter left three on the way by Weiss. Too strong. Rebound underneath to Devontae Brooks. Now to Brown. Back to Weiss. Spinning as he gets down to the low post. Goes up one-handed. Missed it short. Sims for the rebound. Jaquan back the other way attacks. Jump passes left wing. Burke Putnam turns to the three, drives, throws up a runner and got it. Game is tied at 24 with just over 8 to play in the half.
How about the footwork? Angle left. Burke Putnam with the ball. Quick first step and the little floater.
This run has happened quickly. 2-12, 6 straight by OBU. 8 minutes to play in the half. Brooks goes to work left low post, steps in around Sims and Stoddard. And as he's on the way up, he is hacked. I think it's against Jaquan, it is, and that's his second. So Sims and Wilcox each with 2. 6-team foul against OBU. So the next Oklahoma Baptist foul will send Southern Arkansas to the free throw line. Devontae Brooks will go to the line. He's 62% from the strike, 91 of 146. First foul shot is up, and it's no good. Devontae with 4 points. He had 26 7 boards and a block. Well, these two teams played in Magnolia. That was on January the 24th, and SAU beat Oklahoma Baptist 71-63. Devontae Brooks' second foul shot is up and good. So he gets one of 2 to break the tie, 25-24. Due for immediate timeout, the next dead ball. Putnam across midcourt with 7:51 to play in the half. Brantley Thompson drives baseline right. Backs it out to the wing in front of Andy Sharp. Now gets to the free throw line and goes to Burke Putnam. 7:40 to play first half. Putnam backs it over Dodge and knocks it down. He had Dodge Brown on a skate on skates as he just probed in and hit that step back.
The body control by Putnam. He's dribbling hard, going to the top of the key, and then just immediately puts on the brakes, rises up for the J.
Devontae Brooks doubled, had it knocked free by Green, gets it back, lobs it out high. Between the circles with it is Ariri. He'll go to the goal against 10, lays it up, missed it short. 10 with a rebound, and they're going to call him for a travel.
I think Justin 10 had his left foot as a spin pivot, and he kept that pivot foot down.
Timeout, 7:15 to play first half. Southern Arkansas has it when we return. Bison lead by 1, 26-25 on Classic Hits KGFF.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
7:15 to play inside the Noble Complex on Bison Hill and Shawnee. Oklahoma Baptist 26, Southern Arkansas 25. Game one of the books today, the middle game of the three-game conference opening set on the diamond. OBU falls 10-9. They had a big lead early, 5-0, 6-1. OBU has some things to figure out. They are now 4-5 of the season. Tyler Frank will try to salvage a win as he goes to the mound in the final game over at Arkadelphia.
You know, most of the time you want to say, let them guys shoot those outside three-pointers, but Aaron Lucas is 3 for 3, all three-pointers. You'd rather have him shoot the ball off the dribble.
This run has coincided with Aaron Lucas going to the bench with 2 fouls. Dodge Brown will inbound into midcourt stripe. Blake Rogers right of a screen. They roll the screener Brooks, who bounces it to right. And the shot's blocked up against the glass by Freeman. Holy Toledo, what a defensive play by the freshman.
DJ Freeman, his timing is impeccable. Getting that ball at the pinnacle with that left hand. It looked like it was going to be a throwdown dunk.
23rd block of the year, second of the day for OBU. Jack Pruitt with the other. The Bison now have 86 as a team. Follow a jumper, elbow right by Putnam, won't go. The tip off the mark, but a foul.
Looks like Freeman's going to get 2 free throws going to the floor there.
Yeah, but he hit his head. He was grabbing the back of it and rubbing it. The way we've had problems with concussions with the women, that makes you hold your breath.
What, he's got both hands on his head right now. You're exactly right. That does make you hold your breath. What an athlete, DJ Freeman. What a contributor, true freshman.
He's going to have to come out of the ball game after these free throws. Victor Ariri was called for the foul. That is his first personal foul. Correction, that's his second. Here's DJ's free throw. It's up and it's good. Freeman with 3 points. Had 5 points, 5 rebounds to the win over UAM here Thursday night. 10 comes out. Trey Green comes out. As apparently Freeman's going to stay out there. Jack Pruitt is into the lineup.
What do you say about to make the wood softer than pine? I mean,
second free throw, nothing but net. He's 5. 28-25. Bison at a big run now of 10-1 over the last 3:42 of this first half. Dodge Brown left side to the high post. Devontae Brooks back to Dodge, angles to the baseline, works it back to the wing, dumps it for Jalen Brooks, banging down, scoops it up, pivots around Freeman and lays it in.
See, all that contact, I have no problem with the no call, but is by Brooks putting his shoulder into the chest of Freeman. Freeman holding his ground.
The way it should be called. This is big boy basketball. Burke Putnam has it taken away from him. Brown saves it in up ahead to Brooks for the one-handed dunk. Just like that, 4 straight by the Mule Riders. They lead 29-28 with under 6 to play in the half.
And that's with Aaron Lucas on the bench.
Second and third point for Southern Arkansas off OBU turnovers. They've turned it over 5 times. Brantley Thompson right side trying to get to the corner. He's blocked. Jalen Brooks has his second personal foul. That's big because now Jalen and Aaron Lewis each with 2 fouls. And here comes Harry back into the lineup for the Bison.
There you go with the high cue of Brantley Thompson. Jalen Brooks, a very aggressive defender. He's all over him. Brantley Thompson has the step on Jalen Brooks, dribbles hard toward the baseline. Brooks called with the block. You get the free throws.
Pruitt comes out. Freeman comes out. First free throw by Thompson is home. OBU into the 1-and-1. Trey Greenwell will spell Burke Putnam on the floor. Justin Tind is back in the lineup for OBU. 29-29 our score. This to break the tie. Free throws up, and it's good. Brantley in his final home game has 2 points from the foul line. Both he and Harrison started in the top 12 all-time scoring in the career charts at Bison Hill. Bison lead it by a point. Left side, Archibald with the basketball. To Devontae Brooks, slides right, hands it to Rogers. Down to Devontae, goes right to left, throws it up, and was a little short. I think he thought he was closer than he was right to the paint.
Yeah, you probably see, well, I know you're going to see Brantley Thompson and Harrison Stoddard and that little Hall of Fame splash out there.
Down low, Stoddard with it, pulls it away from Brown, goes up and in. He'll get it and one. And here it comes. Andy Sharp is going to argue. And the official saying get back into the coach's box. The foul is against Dodge Brown. You want to talk about a huge mismatch, partner. How about it started at the low post with Dodge? Now, I will tell you, I thought it was a continuation.
Yeah, it looked a little late. I think that is what is being debated by Sharp.
Stoddard's free throw, nothing but net. Bison 6 of 6 for the foul line. Here comes Putton to replace Sims. OBU now leads it by 4 just like that. They have scored 5 straight after Southern Arkansas took a 29-28 lead.
But here's the rule. You know, it depends when the official calls it, too. If he has a late whistle, it's the act of shooting. When a shooter is still in the act of shooting, it's going to be a shooting foul.
Jalen Brooks into the paint, pivots, goes up, misses it back rim, 10 the rebound. OBU by 4 with the basketball and under 5 to play in the first half. Brantley Thompson across midcourt, left to right, looks over his shoulder. Back at Jason Aker. Bounces it offline. Green runs it down the wing right. Stoddard over the top to 10 and lays it in. Andy Sharp wants a timeout. Bison have scored 7 straight, and they lead it by 6, 35-29. 4:40 to play in the first half. This is Oklahoma Baptist basketball on KGFF.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Bison on a big run, and Southern Arkansas ends it with a Tyler Garrett 3 for the right circle. Tyler has hit 3 threes, as has Aaron Lucas, who remains over there on the bench with 2 fouls. 4:19 to play in the half. It's 35-32.
That's 18 points between both of those guys.
Thompson squares, misfires for the left elbow. But he's going to the line. He was hacked by his opposite number of 10 for the Mule Runners. That's Tyler Garrett.
I was talking earlier, you talked about those top 12 scoring, Stoddard and Thompson. That little flashing board out in the narthex is going to be Stoddard and Thompson's going to pop up every now and then.
First free throw is good. Brantley will get one more. There's been great duos, Scott. You know that for the history of Bison basketball, but the duo of number 10 and number 20 for this era of basketball going to be one of the best. Second one rolls off, no good. OBU's lead remains 4. First miss at 8 free throw tries today by the Bison. 4:04 to play opening half, 36-32. Jalen Brooks out front, Archibald. Archibald moves left, bounces it for Devontae Brooks. Back to Archibald against the zone, swings it right. Garrett's 3, no good. Rebound underneath, controlled by Archibald, goes up. There was contact with the ball. Somebody may have gotten a piece of that, and 10 has it to Thompson. Up ahead to Wilcox. Kicks it out left wing to Burke. Putnam through the paint, to the goal. Layup is good.
Wow. Great pass
for Burke.
Great pass by Wilcox. He's still in the air, doesn't even hit the ground. Gets it to Burke where he can do his work with the footwork.
38-32, Bison, 3:12 to play here in the first half. Rogers a handoff out front, veers top of the circle. Stoddard is on him. He steps inside the arc. He misses that one. Wilcox went over Brooks' back, has the rebound, and then Jalen got underneath him and undercut him, and that's going to cost Jalen Brooks his 3rd personal foul.
Well, Wilcox leaps so high, snags that out of the air, knowing that the Mule Rider's below him. He's so strong with the ball and kind of turns his body as he comes down to pick up that foul.
Correction, that's the 2nd on Jalen Brooks. Timeout.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Nigel Wilcox will be at the foul line after the 10th foul of the half against Southern Arkansas. Again, the second, not the third on Jalen Brooks. Nigel free thrower this year is 70%, looking for his first point. Wilcox had a really nice game when these two played, an 8-point Bison loss in Magnolia in January, and he's short of the first free throw. OBU made their first 6. They've now made one of their last 3 for the Stripe. The lead is 6. Bison have hit 5 of their last 6. Southern Arkansas 1 of their last 6. Second Wilcox free throw, in and out, and almost came back in off the glass, and then 10 goes over Brooks' back and commits the foul. So that could be a 4-point swing right there, Scott, if Devontae Brooks hits both ends of the 1-and-1.
You know, there's no doubt that 10, he does like to reach over sometimes, but the way they've been calling, that was a soft through the back call there.
Trey Green comes into the ball game, and see, I think it's just what it is. 10 that comes out of the ball game. That was number 2 on 10, number 7 against OBU. So Devontae Brooks, who missed the first of 2 free throws and made the back end of a 2-shot foul earlier, will try to get a second free throw here. His team down 6. Left-hander's free throw is up, and it's short. And the rebound to OBU. Freeman went to the floor. They're calling for a travel.
Boy, the OBU bench wants a foul.
38-32, Bison with 3:16 to play in the first half. Tyler Garrett will throw it in. Lobs it top of the key to Rogers as goes to the rim. The shot was blocked, gets it back. Stoddard blocks it, and then Thompson couldn't quite save it back in bounds.
How about the defense there? Trey Green, as always, on the penetration, punches that ball out loose so the dribbler can't get a handle on it. So he's off balance, throws it up, then Stoddard with the left hand knocks it out of bounds.
Victor Ariri will inbound the basketball. 38-32. Brooks with it right side. Devontae to Blake Rogers. Out between the rings, it's Tyler Garrett. Brantley Thompson is on him. And a whistle and a foul against the Bison, so we'll have free throws for Southern Arkansas. They have called the foul away for the basketball against Stoddard. That's his first.
Yeah, that's a good call, seeing that Stoddard had one arm bar in the back of Brooks and just shoved a little too hard. Brooks might have overacted to kind of sell it.
Devontae missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier this possession. We'll go there again. Spins the basketball. Left-hander's free throws up, and it's good. Looked like he was going to miss it off to the right. Then it hit the back of the rim and found the bottom of the tin, or cup.
Well, you have that backwards rotation, and it's soft enough. Good shooter. They call that the shooter's touch.
Second free throw on the way, and he got them both. So the lead is down to 4, 38-34 with 3:02 to play before halftime. McIntyre Law halftime review coming up very shortly here on the Bison Sports Network. Left side, Burke Putnam. He'll cross over, goes to work in the paint, throws up a floater and knocks it down. He's got 15, does Burke.
Well, I tell you, that's smart play on the offense by the Bison coaching staff.
Brooks on a screen and roll, gets it, goes back door up and under, he missed it, and Freeman with a rebound.
They just pull everybody down low, make an isolation for Burke Putnam.
40-34, Oklahoma Baptist, 2:26 to play first half. Putnam with it right front on a stationary dribble. Green reverses to Thompson for 3, it's short. Rebound poked out. Thompson has it to Stoddard for the layup.
Those quick passes make those easy layups for Stoddard. Great pass by Brantley Thompson.
Stoddard with 6 from the floor, 8 for the ball game. The lead is the biggest for Oklahoma Baptist of 8, 42-34. Ariri with it, pushes off as he sent Freeman moving backwards, and Victor now has turned it over on his third personal.
Yeah, Irichie right in the back. of the Bison defender just knocked him down the lane. Great call by the C official.
Timeout, 2:03 to play first half. Bison 42, Mule Riders 34. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and remind you that ShopOVUBison.com is your home for the very best and officially licensed Bison apparel from brands like Adidas, Callaway Golf, Columbia, and Under Armour. Visit ShopOVUBison.com today. Take advantage of fast shipping and industry-leading customer service. ShopOVUBison.com, the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist Athletics. By the way, what nice invocations given before both the men's and women's games tonight for the first family of OBU. Jill Thomas and Dr. Heath Thomas before the men's game. How fortunate is Bison faithful to be led in this journey at this university by that couple.
And they're here at almost every home game, and they've got a busy schedule.
Dr. Thomas has been a big supporter of athletics. Thompson with it left wing, angles back to the right side with 1:51 to play in the first half. Burke Putnam trying to probe his way in. Good defense by Archibald. Now it's Stoddard, his 3 left circle back rims. Rebound is run down by Ariri. He stays out there with those 3 fouls. Into the front court, Archibald. They back off. He turns to the jumper. Instead feeds it down low to Brooks. Devontae turns. Left-handed shot, no good. It was in the cylinders and rattled out. Freeman, another rebound, and OBU continues to dominate the glass.
Well, Stoddard in Brooks's face, that caused that ball just to make the shot that much tougher.
Stoddard for 3 again, same spot. In and out and almost back it off the window. Archibald has it. Outlets up the right side for Tyler Garrett. Garrett cut off of the right block to Archibald. Straight on, got the 3.
Now, Archibald, they just collapsed the defense from down low on that kick out. Archibald wide open. Brantley Thompson did everything he could to try to challenge that shot, but too much ground to cover.
Under a minute to play in the first half. That bucket, the first of the day by Archibald, cuts the deficit down to 5. 42-37, and Putnam is going to be fouled by Archibald at the other end. Well, it's obvious that Ty Archibald cannot stay with Burke Putnam. So 2 shots upcoming for Burke. And by the way, Andy Sharp playing it very, very close to the vest, not risking that 3rd foul on Aaron Lucas.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody who can stick with Burke Putnam.
First free throw rattles home. Burke's first trip to the line, his 16th point. Stoddard will check out of the ball game. Jack Pruitt comes in off the Bison bench with just under 51 seconds to play here in the first half.
Remember like early January where he was a little bit under the weather or something? I think he shook all that off Burke Putnam.
It seemed like, and you and I talked about it a lot, he was having trouble getting over that too.
Yeah, it
just lingered for a while.
Yeah, like his eyes were tired, but I think he's good to go.
Second free throw is good, and then a foul at the other end. OBU had knocked it away. Freeman, he was about to probably dunk it to the other end, but they called DJ for the foul. Jason Aker, who is wringing wet with perspiration and a fistful of papers, his call sheet, barking at the officials. Tyler Garrett will shoot free throws. He's 83%. First one is up and good. Tyler Garrett with his 10th point. Not bad for a guy that comes in averaging 4 points a game and only had 2 rebounds and an assist in Thursday night's win in Bethany over SMU 71-68. Second free throw is up, nothing but net. Boy, he puts a lot of arch, and that thing comes down and hardly even moves to that. 44-39 OBU.
Yep, you get the biggest part of the rim will open up. The higher the arc, it gets narrow, the flatter the shot.
Difference of 12 with the shot game clock, under a half minute to play. Putnam with it, left side, goes to work in the paint, spins, lost his footing, and that'll be a travel. They're going to call him for a double dribble. It's a turnover nonetheless, and that's the 7th for OBU.
Now, Jack Pruitt went in hard up the left baseline. He just kind of lost his footing there near the left block.
OBU still leading the glass. Southern Arkansas has tightened it up a little bit. It's 20-15 Bison. 12 seconds to play in the first half. Andy Sharp has to like the way that his team has stayed close without Aaron Lucas here in the first half. Garrett with 5 seconds to play. Top of the key, Chris Weiss. Dribbles, kicks it left corner. Moving right, really, he'll fire at the buzzer. It's an air ball. And I don't think that was the shooter that Andy Sharp wanted to take you the final shot.
But they had no choice because the Bison defense just clamped down, not giving up those points, content to go into that locker room with a 5-point lead.
44-39 our score. The Bison on top of Southern Arkansas at halftime. We'll be back to recap it on the first half review presented by Noble McIntyre. McIntyre Law right here on Classic Hits KGFF. Thank you.
13 of 30, 43.3%. A blistering 7 of 12 from beyond the arc, 58.3%, keeping the Mule Riders in the contest. 6 of 11 from the charity stripe, 54.5%. For the Bison, 17 to 31 from the field, that's 54.8%. Just 1 for 8 from downtown, 12.5%. 9 of 12 from the free throw line for 75%. The biggest lead of the game for Southern Arkansas was 6. That was with 11:38 to play before the break. The Bison led by as many as 8 with 2:18 before halftime. The best scoring run for the Mule Riders, that was 8-0 at the 16:43 mark early in the game. That was when Aaron Lucas was playing his games. He was 3 for 3 from three-point land. The best scoring run for the Bison was 7-0. That came with 4:42 to play before half. The lead has changed 6 times. The game's been tied 3 times. Time with the lead, Southern Arkansas just 4 seconds behind OBU. OBU 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Mule Riders 9 minutes 26 seconds. But the Bison still have a 5-point cushion at halftime. Points from turnovers, OBU 11, Southern Arkansas 7. And here's where the Bison really, with help from Justin 10, points in the paint. Oklahoma Baptist 28-12 lead that. Second chance points, Bison again 13-4 lead in that category. Fast break points are even at 4. Bench points, Oklahoma Baptist a dozen, just 3 for the Mule Riders, and that's where we stand at halftime. Oklahoma Baptist 44, Southern Arkansas 39. The voice of the Bison, Todd Miller, will be back with play-by-play. This is Bison Basketball, KGFF Classic Hits.
next Thursday in Durant, weather permitting, and then a week from today at East Central in Ada. The win today at OBU would be inching closer to a regular season title, would be their first full conference tournament championship or regular season title after they won the division here last year. Brantley Thompson hands it off to Jaquan Sims. Went away in the second half. Shot clock down under 15. Sims with it right side to Burke Putnam. Putnam drives, bounces for Stoddard, who tried to get a pass out. It's deflected, and Lucas has it. OBU turns it over for the 8th time today with 19 and a half minutes to play in the ball game. Lucas played less than 10 minutes of the first half. They cut Brooks' back door, and Rogers finds him for the layup.
What perfect cut by Brooks. He gets there. Not only does he cut underneath the basket, he gets underneath the restricted area and then boxes out the defender so he gets the layup.
Tyler, Garrett, and Brooks now tied with 11 apiece as Wilcox stays cold, miss it out high. Southern Arkansas with a rebound, down 3. They trailed by as many as 8 in the first half late. Brooks steps around the defender, kicks it right side. Rogers 3, no good. Putnam tips the rebound away from Sims. It's off Jaquan's leg. Brooks has it to Lucas. Cross courts it. Running off the three-point arc is Tyler Garrett. Garrett now loops it down low for Devontae Brooks. Goes up, and Wilcox has just picked up his 3rd personal.
And Wilcox is limping down on the baseline. It looks like he doesn't do that very often. I hope he's okay.
3rd foul against Nigel, 1st team foul against Oklahoma Baptist. And Wilcox, who, as you mentioned, was a little bit gimpy, is going to come out after this first free throw from Devontae Brooks as Justin Tinn is reported into midcourt.
You know, you always talk about the speed of the game, and that's a good rule that was implemented a few years ago. There's no substitutions on a two-shot foul till the second shot.
Devontae misses the first. He has made 3 of his 6 from the line. Has 11 points, including the first basket of the second half for Southern Arkansas.
So that's amazing how many minutes can be shaved off by a rule like that where you don't have people coming off the bench between on every shot.
Second one by Devontae is up and good. He has 12, and it's a 3-0 start with the Mule Riders to start the final half. 44-42, 18-29 to play here from Shawnee. Sims with it, attacks left, goes to the block. Cross courts at Brantley's 3 right corner, no good. 10 had his hands on the rebound, and Jalen Brooks knocks it away and has it walking a tightrope on the baseline to Lucas up ahead left side, Blake Rogers. Rogers to Brooks around 10 to the goal for the layup. Game is tied at 44, and whatever Andy Sharp said at halftime, he might want a bottle.
Good ball fake by Brooks. Over on the left side, puts the ball on the floor, gets in the rim.
Putnam for 3 over Lucas, won't go. 10 back taps it out to Stoddard, back to Burke. Putnam around Lucas to the goal. He was challenged by Devontae Brooks. And he's fouled, and Burke may have gotten poked in an eye. He looks like he's blinking his eyes real hard as he lays on his back on the baseline.
Yeah, I see blood. That's not good. He's going to have to come out for a blood timeout to wipe that off unless Walter, the trainer, gets that cleaned up right now.
Devontae with his second. Yeah, it looks like there's a cut maybe to the right of his right eye, and it started to bleed. So Walter Wright is out there, and he is attending to Burke Putnam. They'll give him just a few minutes to get this thing taken care of. If not, Jason Aker will have to pick a shooter to come in and shoot the free throws for Putnam.
That's exactly right, Todd. Good call. You could be an official. That's what the official's coming over to tell him. You might have to pick a guy if the bleeding doesn't stop. And Burke Putnam is holding the pad up against his right side of his cheek.
So they do have him setting up now. Coach Akers saying something to the official. I'm not certain what that means. I didn't quite understand, I guess. He said something about if he's bleeding.
Yeah, he's got to come out, and by rule you do.
That's what I thought.
Unless you bandage it up and there's no blood on the shirt or anywhere. You know, that's been a rule that's been changed for over 10 years now where people, to spread sickness and stuff, any kind of blood, that's really a touchy thing. No blood on the floor, no blood on the jersey, no blood on the skin.
Walter and Lauren both out there, the trainers for Oklahoma Baptist. And Jason Aker is wanting Burke to shoot the free throws. Aker is saying, I didn't tell the trainer to come out. The official said, I'm sorry, he did.
Yep, and that is the rule. The trainer comes out, there has to be a sub for that player.
So Trey Green will come in, and we'll see who they choose to shoot the free throws. We're tied at 44 with 18:01 to play in the second half.
But there is one caveat to that. If Jason Aker, sometimes if you take a timeout, he could stay. But you can't have a dead timeout without taking a timeout for an injury like that without the player coming off.
Bison have 3 timeouts. Southern Arkansas has 2 remaining, so Trey Green will come off the bench. This is a tough situation. You're over there cold. You have to shoot 2 free throws. Jason Aker is still barking.
He's going to have to relax a little bit. The official just telling him what the rule is, and that's what he's doing.
Trey is 71% for the foul line, and the first one is good.
And he told the official, well, I didn't tell the trainer to go out, but that's your bench, Coach. He's responsible for your bench.
Yep, the officials are right in this one. Here's Trey Green's second free throw, and that one is on the way and good. 46-44 with under 18 minutes to play in the second half. OBU in a battle to remain in first place in the conference like it is every single night. Lucas hands it off to Rogers between the circles. Tyler Garrett. Starting 5 out there for Southern Arkansas. They lob it over the top. Brooks missed the tip. OBU unable to get the rebound. Jalen Brooks into the paint. Pivots, goes to Rogers. He'll slide down the paint and travel.
Boy, Bison clogged up the lane, made it tough for the Mule Riders to shoot, cause a travel.
So Trey Green will inbound. Green along with Stoddard, Thompson, 10, and Sims out there on the floor as they continue to attend at the end of the Bison bench to Burke Putnam, and a bad pass from Sims. Threw it right to Aaron Lucas. Into the front court he goes. Right side Rogers. Back to Aaron. Into the paint. Dumps it down low on the two-handed slam by Jalen Brooks.
Wow, that penetration just made the defense collapse. Nice underhand pass to Brooks for the dunk.
Game tied at 46. We played 3 minutes here in the second half, and so far it's been all Mule Riders. Bison have just 2 points in 3 minutes, those from the foul line. Sims into the paint to 10 to Trey Green, left wing. Back to Justin for 3. It's an air ball. And this offense right now, partner, is just out of sorts.
Well, you know, hesitation. We talk about guys, you see like Burke Putnam, he gets it in his eyes where he's going to score. Well, you hesitate on the shot sometimes. Should I shoot this 3 or not? That's where Justin 10 got caught and he airballs it.
Stoddard is out. Freeman is in. Game tied at 46. Southern Arkansas, their biggest lead came very early. In fact, in the first 9 minutes of the ball game by 8. OBU's been in control primarily from that point forward. Underneath with it is Devontae Brooks, goes up with a left-handed hook, missed it. Jalen Brooks with a follow foul. Too much standing around at a cost of foul on Trey Green. That's his first.
Well, Justin 10 initially, great defense against Devontae Brooks with that little left-handed baby hook. He's up against his body, straight up, made it a tough shot for Brooks, was a miss, so somebody else has got to come down and rebound.
Last 2 years, this has been a terrific, terrific series. They weren't scheduled to play last year, but did play in the conference semifinals, a win by SAU here, as Jalen Brooks misses short of the first free throw. This to break the 46-46 tie. It's on the way, and that one is no good. 10 had the rebound tip, but stays with it. OBU, a chance to retake the lead. Trey Green down low to Freeman, tipped away by Jalen Brooks out of bounds.
Well, that wasn't open. That was rare. Trey Green tried to hit it. Jalen Brooks right there with the hand out and almost caught that.
46 apiece, 16.5 to play second half. OBU has 4 points since leading by 5 at halftime. Out of the game comes Blake Rogers, and checking in is going to be Archibald. The entry pass tipped and stolen away.
These Brooks brothers, there's something jumping up. That's a hard interception. A good passer by Jay Green, but Jalen Brooks got up high to pick that pass off.
Aaron Lucas backs it out near the midcourt stripe with 14 to shoot. High post left with a basketball. Devontae Brooks bounces it back to Aaron Lucas against Thompson. Archibald for 3. Air ball at top of the circle. Underneath it's Brooks. Step back blocked, and they called a foul.
Boy, it looked like a clean block, but maybe a piece of the wrist. Hard to tell from here. But that's what happens. Those second chance opportunities, bad things happen.
Second foul against DJ Brown. Rebounds all of a sudden are even at 22. Offensive rebounds, Southern Arkansas with a one-board edge after the Bison had hammered the Mule Riders in the first 10 or 12 minutes on the glass. Jalen Brooks missed both at the foul line a moment ago, and he misses that one. Brooks is just a 59% free throw shooter. Southern Arkansas 69% foul shooting team. Here comes Burke back into the ball game with that bandage over the cut near his right eye. 10 comes out, and also in for Oklahoma Baptist is Nigel Wilcox with 3 fouls. Brooks' second free throw good. He has 9 points, and that breaks the time. Mule Riders 47, Oklahoma Baptist 46. Due for immediate timeout at the next dead ball. Putnam to Green, way out front, right forecourt. Trey pivots, goes to Freeman, back to Green, right side. Green bumped and knocked to the floor by Jalen Brooks. He didn't mean to, but that's number 3 on Brooks.
Well, Trey Green got Brooks in a dilemma there. As soon as he dribbled left-handed hard toward the middle of the floor, Brooks already committed, so he drew that foul. Great play by Trey Green.
15:52 to play, second half. Southern Arkansas 47, Oklahoma Baptist 46. This is Bison Basketball on KGFF.
Are Whataburger stickers. Proof that everything you dream up for your 100% fresh beef Whataburger is right under the bun. So go wild, burger lover. Avocado, jalapenos, and no onions. Wait, avocado grilled jalapenos. Oh, and bacon and creamy pepper sauce. However you dream it, we'll make it. Whataburger, just like you like it. Are Whataburger stickers. Proof that everything you dream up for your 100% fresh beef Whataburger is right under the bun. So go wild, burger lover. Avocado, jalapenos, and no onions. Wait, avocado grilled jalapenos. Oh, and bacon and creamy pepper sauce. However you dream it, we'll make it. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Oklahoma Baptist Bison Basketball brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee, by McIntyre Law, and ShopOBUBison.com. Thompson to Wilcox, top of the circle. Nigel pump fakes, moves left. Brooks is out there with him. Now it's Burke. Putnam dances, backs it out. 3 on the way, short. Rebounded Thompson, knocked away. Bodies on the floor. Who has it? Jalen Brooks, and then Brantley rips it out of his hands. To Trey Green, back to Burke Putnam. Shot clock down to 14. Jason Aker telling Burke Putnam to shoot the ball. He does. Steps inside the arc and knocks it down. Then it comes and says something to Jay.
That was a good play call by Jason Aker.
48-47. Aaron Lucas, left side. Jalen Brooks down the paint. He goes. Challenged at the rim, and it was blocked. Either Freeman or Wilcox got a piece of it. Burke out and running to the goal. To Freeman juggles it, goes back door, and a foul before the floor. A shot on the floor against Southern Arkansas.
It's on Archibald.
That's number 2 on Ty as the team number 3 against the Mule Riders. Scott, I know you weren't there for the game in Magnolia, but I can tell you this is a very similar start that OBU had to end up costing them on the road. Green to inbound, left corner, Brantley Thompson. Foul line left, Wilcox from 14. He's short, barely hit the front of the rim. Devontae Brooks with a rebound, left side to Lucas, into the front court. Right of a Devontae screen, he'll step into a 3. That one back rims. Jalen Brooks with a rebound, saves it in bounds, but Brantley Thompson knocks it away from Garrett and slams it on the floor. Picked up by Putnam all the way to the goal. Left-handed layup is no good. Archibald with the miss. Ty weaves his way to the front court, kicks it left side. Garrett thought about a 3, drives, loops it for Jalen Brooks to the baseline. He goes to work against Freeman, muscles up. Good defense by DJ, forced him into an errant miss.
Outstanding defense, held his ground because Jalen Brooks just puts his shoulder into him. No offensive foul call.
48-47, Oklahoma Baptist handoff to Thompson for 3, no good. Wilcox tips the rebound out. Putnam knocks it away. It goes to Freeman. He slams it home. Holy Toledo. How about the teamwork there?
That was against Devontae Brooks. Freeman can jump so high, and he looks slender, but he's very strong. That was a flop.
Then Nigel Wilcox on the flop from Aaron Brooks just picked up his 4th foul.
Yeah, all Aaron Lucas did was dribble left at midcourt, and then when Wilcox was close to him, plays his head back like he was hurt.
Nigel grumbling to himself. He's 0-3 shooting, has not gotten into a rhythm in 10 minutes because of fouls, and now he's done for a while. 13:59 to play, second half. OBU has scored 4 straight to grab a 3-point lead after Southern Arkansas taking their first lead here in the second half. Brooks through the top of the key, whips it right. That's Weiss, back to Brooks, comes to a jump stop of the paint, goes up and scores.
That ball hit a lot of rim to go in. I kind of rather have him do that, and Putnam got him off the 3-point line.
All Andy Sharp and Jason Aker have to do is let Lucas and Putnam go to work. They can get you buckets. 10 hands it off left side. Brantley Thompson, he throws it away. Looking for Justin 10 to the screen and roll.
Well, Brantley threw that a little early. He's such a great passer. That time he should have waited just a hair, let 10 turn his head because he had his back to Brantley Thompson.
Jason continued to work the officials as Lucas will walk it left to right across your dial into the front court. Ty Archibald with a behind-the-back dribble on the back, guarded by Trey Green to Lucas for 3. He's missed 2 in a row. Mule Riders, though, surround the loose basketball, and Jalen Brooks has it. Back to Aaron Lucas, turns the corner, floats it left. Brooks, extra pass to Archibald, wing left for 3, in and out. Brooks tips the miss, up and in. That guy is just a bundle full of injury. He was everywhere on that possession.
Yeah, Jalen Brooks was actually at the free throw line. He saw the three-pointer by Archibald. He timed it perfectly and just had that tip in without hitting the ground.
51-50, Southern Arkansas's answer with 4 straight. Putnam into the paint, and Weiss commits the foul. Chris Weiss, the junior from Elgin, Texas, with his first. 4th against Southern Ark.
Yeah, Andy Sharp, he was calling for a jump ball. I think Weiss had that ball clean up top. It must have been a body foul low.
Burke's first free throw is up and good. He's 3 of 3. Putnam now with 20 points. He averages 20.4. Sims will get up and get into the ball game. Stoddard has come back. Game tied at 51. Brantley's going to come out of the ball game. Now comes Victor Ariri, comes in. He has 3 fouls. Jalen Brooks started to come out. Now it's going to be his brother Devontae that checks out.
Well, at least we get rid of one of them, huh?
We will after this season, thank goodness. Putnam, it's both. 52-51 Oklahoma Baptist. That's meant as a compliment. Those two are terrific players. 12.5 to play, second half, 52-51. Lucas to Archibald, right side, guarded by Trey Green. Moves left to the hard screen. Archibald with it, right baseline to Weary. Crosses over, works to the block, goes up over Stoddard, missed it, and 10 has the rebound and a foul. Boy, that was a man rebound by Justin 10. And Ariri, maybe frustrated off the miss, commits his 4th.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. A man, I would go almost a beast rebound. Yeah. For Justin 10, he chins it hard. The only way Ariri can loosen that ball is to hit him over the shoulder.
How about a beastly man rebound?
He's a big man.
52-51, 12-12 to play second half. Putnam into the paint. Over 2 defenders, including his own player. Misses the runner. SAU with a rebound. Brooks into the paint. Kicks it left side. Archibald for 3. No good. Rebound to Green. OBU preserves a 1-point lead with under 12 to play here inside the Noble Complex, where the Bison are 11-1 this season.
Missed opportunity for the Mule Riders. They had 5 on 3 on that transition with 2 Bison down here on the floor.
Putnam left side. They work it to 10. Kicks it out. Sims quarter left 3 block. Justin tips it out. Burke Putnam has it. Floater in the paint's good.
Did you see Putnam when he got that offensive rebound? He's in the air and then moves his body to the left away from the defender for the open shot.
There goes that bad man again. 54-51, and Putnam with the steal. 2-on-1 with Stoddard. Bounces to Harry. Layup is good.
That's perfect. 2-on-1. You know, Burke Putnam can see Harry coming out of his peripheral on the right side. The defender just has to read Burke Putnam. Putnam, perfect bounce pass.
56-51 OBU at the 11-10 mark of the first half, and a touch-me foul by Green at the other end, gambling for a steal. Trey has his second, and that's the 5th against OBU. That takes us to the under 12 media timeout. 11:08 to play in Shawnee. OBU with the lead. Back after these messages on Classic Hits, KGFF.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together, you and TFCU. Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Devontae Brooks has returned to the lineup. Connor Harvey is in for the Mule Riders as well on the backside of the under-12 media timeout. 11:08 to play. OBU trailed a moment ago. They're on a 7-0 run thanks to Burke Putnam. 56-51 the score. The scoring run for the Bison, a little less than 2 minutes, 1:51. Connor Harvey is going to replace Jalen Brooks on a throw-in. Weiss and Harvey, the only two non-starters out there right now for Andy Sharp's club. Jalen Brooks on a handoff to Aaron Lucas. Two of the three best point guards of the conference going at it. The other, of course, Adam Dworsky of Southeastern. Right side, Lucas bounces it for Devontae Brooks, and Stoddard blocked the shot. The rebound saved it back. Weiss saved it, but threw it right to Trey Green. Harrison Stoddard, another block.
Give it up to Trey Green. He doesn't give. He knows there's only one blue shirt over there, so he kind of shadows them. When the Mule Riders trying to save it out of bounds, he jumps in front of them for the steal. Great heads-up play.
Putnam to Sims, back to Jaquan, right wing, now to 10. It's through his hands. Picked up by Lucas to the goal, cut off now by Putnam. Circles left, gets it to Weiss for three. It's short. Green with a rebound, and OBU dodges a huge bullet right there after giving it up on the 11th turnover. Putnam ran over Harvey, and Harvey was not set. It's going to be a block.
Well, that's who you want shooting, was Chris Weiss. He's 0 for 4 today from the field.
Weiss is just he's a 52% field goal shooter and 50% from three, but as Scott just told you, he's been ice cold today as Tidd will check out and Brantley comes in. So small lineup out there with the floor right now for Jason Akers' club. Stoddard is the tallest player on the floor at 6'7". Brantley gets a lob right side. Down to Burke Putnam. If you're watching and listening, you can see the Band-Aid over the cut on the right side of his head. Stoddard against Devontae Brooks, pivots for the left block, goes to Sims in the corner to Green for three out front. It barely hit the front of the rim. And the rebound out of bounds. Possession will go back to Southern Arkansas. 56-51 the score.
A lot of time left, Todd, just under 10 minutes. So hopefully the Bison put together a huge run here, try to put these Mule Riders away.
9:55 to go. Aaron Lucas with it across midcourt. Another tight game between these two. It was a one-possession game last year, the conference semifinals. Lucas for three left wing, rolls off. He had started to cool after hitting his first three from long distance.
Yeah, and Burke Putnam let him go there. I thought Putnam was going to come out and challenge. He just kind of dared him and gave Lucas some space, and it worked out.
9.5 minutes to play, 56-51 Oklahoma Baptist. Burke a deep three, back rims it. Brooks with a rebound. He was on the end of the Bison out high. Southern Arkansas wants to run. OBU gets back. Lucas through the paint left to right around Putnam. The shot was short. Rebound to OBU. Putnam 1-on-2 to the goal. Layup is good.
Oh, man. Burke Putnam's right-handed. He keeps flipping, going to the left side, fakes to the right, then with the left hand off the board.
58-51, 9 minutes to play. 5-2 Henderson State. That game of the fifth. It's a 7-inning game over at Arkadelphia. So the nationally ranked Reddies and threatening to sweep Oklahoma Baptist to start the conference schedule as Thompson calls for a foul against Weiss.
Yeah. Aker didn't like it. It did look like Brantley Thompson just hit the ball.
Jason will bring Justin 10 into the lineup. And they'll put a little more size out there as Trey Green will come out. Green had a really nice stretch run out there.
Oh, great play. That was a huge. That's why you never give up on the ball. When you see the ball going out of bounds, that's when you want to attack because you know they've got to save it.
Lucas bounces it low for Brooks. It's deflected, picked up by Brantley Thompson. Turnover number 13 for the Mule Riders. Burke Putnam into the paint around Lucas. Scoops it up. Shot wouldn't drop. Rebound tipped off the glass. And it's away. Puts it up and in.
Boy, that's an and one. That's getting hit in the face and the chest. And you talk about the beast of a man, Justin 10. Just that strength falling away. Great play.
9 rebounds for Justin, 8 points. He's closing in a double-double. Bison by 9, left corner wide, no good. Devontae Brooks with a rebound, trapped to the baseline. Sims knocks it free. It caroms to Connor Harvey. The redshirt freshman lobs it to Brooks, who goes up, lost the handle. Devontae gets it back. Right wing, Connor Harvey for 3, got it.
Wow, that was a long 3 from the right wing, about 4.5 feet behind the line.
Harvey did not play in the game in Magnolia. Had 2 points to start this road trip Thursday night. Gets his first basket here, and that was a big one for Southern Arkansas, 60-54. SAU had been scoreless for the last 4:27 before that basket. Brantley Thompson, right side, starter top of the key. Bounces it back door to Sims, corner right. Thompson pump fakes, gets Harvey in the air. Now it's Sims to Putnam. He drives around. Lucas and post the rider. Oh my goodness! The one-handed spike and one for Burke.
Wow, what a throwdown. Jaquan Sims passes up on the 3-point play, and he underhands it to Burke Putnam at the top of the key. How did he get his arm up so high for that dunk?
Brooks picks up his 3rd. Time out of the floor, 7:33 to play. A vicious thrust to the cup by Burke Putnam. OVU leads at 62-54 on Classic Hits KGFF. Okay.
Attorney Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. Recently, the FDA requested manufacturers withdraw ranitidine drugs commonly known as Zantac. Zantac has been found to potentially cause cancer in the bladder, colon, throat, nasal cavity, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, prostate, stomach, and testicular cancer. If you have taken Zantac, you may be entitled to compensation. Call us at 405-917-5200 or visit us online at mcintyrelaw.com. Download our new app today.
A vicious one-handed throwdown by Burke Putnam sends us into the under 8 media timeout as Devontae Brooks committed to the foul, and now Burke Putnam will go to the free throw line. This may be Burke's final game of his senior season on senior day, and he hits the free throw. He has 28 points. Bison opened back a 9-point lead. That equals their biggest of the contest. They led a moment ago, or led the first half by 8. Devontae Brooks, Jalen Brooks through the top of the circle. Lucas lobs it down low. Brooks backing down, hits the hook shot and one. Justin 10 has his 3rd personal foul.
Well, it looked like Justin was straight up and down. He doesn't like that. Devontae Brooks banging in with that left shoulder, very physical, just clearing him out there. I'd like a no call on that.
Devontae now must capitalize at the free throw line where he's 50% today, and once you know he hits that one. 63-57, and here comes Nigel Wilcox back into the ball game for big Justin 10. Nigel with those 4 fouls, and I'll tell you, because Wilcox has not been able to do much because of the foul problems, Justin 10's contributions today have been huge.
Outstanding minutes again and again by Justin 10.
Putnam around Harvey into the paint, jump stops, goes up, big block that time by Jalen Brooks. Right out to Jaquan Sims of the Bison Loco. Quarter right with it is Thompson against the zone. They whip it left. 3 on the way by Sims is short. Rebound tipped up. And finally, Devontae Brooks has it off the hardwood for Southern Arkansas to Aaron Lucas. Lucas into the front court left. Cross course at right side. Blake Rogers. Harvey down low. Devontae Brooks. They collapse on him with a right block. Bounces at the right corner. Harvey's 3 skips off. Jalen Brooks with Wilcox tie each other up. And there's the strength of Jalen Brooks. He just threw Nigel Wilcox to the jump ball on the floor.
Well, Wilcox was fighting after the whistle. No problem with that. Outstanding hustle because the official already signaled jump ball. And then when his momentum carried him toward the stands, he hit the hardwood.
DJ Freeman replaces Stoddard out the floor. 63-57, 6:34 to play. And before they inbound, they're going to put the shot clock at 16. I'll tell you what, when you play these guys, it is a war.
There's some talent. There's so much talent throughout this league. It's just such great basketball.
I've said they have as good, if not better, talent in the starting lineup than anybody else in the conference. I mean,
you're all over.
Really good.
There's no doubt about it. You have an Aaron Lucas who can bomb from 7 feet behind the line. Then you got the Brooks brothers that can play inside, outside, have good speed. It's just such a physical game. Great job by Andy Sharp.
4 starters in double figures. Left front court with it is Devontae Brooks. Hands it off to Blake Rogers to Aaron Lucas. Shot clock approaching 10 seconds for Southern Arkansas. Lucas moves left, now back right, cross courts it. On the wing is Garrett looking for Brooks. Steps through 2 defenders, throws it up, missed it. Follow shot by Jalen Brooks. No, but he's fouled.
It's going to be 4 on Wilcox. Nope.
It's on DJ Freeman. That's his 3rd. So I'd like to know of those 7 fouls between Freeman and Wilcox, how many have come when OBU did not get the initial shot miss.
And you know what? There's great help by the guard, Brantley Thompson, dropping down on the post on Jalen Brooks. He almost dug that ball out, but Brooks' hands are so strong, he recovered with the basket and then got up for the shot.
OBU has lost 2 straight of the series. First foul shot, no good by Jalen Brooks, who with that miss falls to 1 of 7 free throw shooting. Bison have been bedeviled by the Mule Riders since joining the Great American Conference. SAU has won 9 of the 12, again including 2 straight. Last year here in Shawnee. Foul shot, back rims, goes high in the air and finds the bottom. Big free throw there, reduces it to a 5-point game with 6:13 to play. 63-58 Oklahoma Baptist at the Noble Complex. They are 9-1 in conference. They'll have a chance next Thursday night to avenge that only loss down in Durant. Left corner with it is Jaquan Sims. Back to Burke Putnam out front. SAU in that 2-3 zone. Thompson with it, top of the key. Now to Burke, foul on extended right wing to Freeman, elbow right. Freeman dances, 4 to shoot. Putnam a behind the back dribble. Jab steps, backs it out, fires the three, and he hit it. Are you kidding me?
Wow. You had that throwdown, so you've got to respect the dribble. What does Putnam do? He has that big step back for the 3, unstoppable.
Hand off, Garrett, left wing, top of the key, Blake Rogers. Over the top to Brooks. Leans in against Freeman and lays it in. Tell you what this game reminds me of, the Arkansas Tech game here a couple of weeks ago. That left Mark Downey, the head coach of Tech, saying, well, the difference was we didn't have Burke Putnam.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and right there, Devontae Brooks has the perfect angle to the rim.
Putnam right into the body of Devontae Brooks, who blocks the shot.
He hit the arm. That's a good call.
That's the 4th on Devontae Brooks, who is not happy at all with that.
It's not very easy to stop Burke Putnam, and Devontae Brooks hit the arm sharp, so it settled down. Of course, Jalen Brooks did block the shot coming from help side the last time.
31 and counting for the great one, Burke Putnam. Foul shot is up, and it's good. He is 6 of 6. I know Burke has been looking forward to senior day for quite a while. You can see it on social media, and boy, he has given the largest crowd of the season a lot to remember in his final appearance.
It looks like he's shooting with one eye. Got that big bandage over the right eye. Can he even see out of that?
Second one is good. Does it matter? 33 for Burke. You just kept doing you, Burke. 68-60 with 5:05 to play. Aaron Lucas across midcourt. OBU now is zoning Southern Arkansas. Lucas between the circles. Out high, Jalen Brooks reverses it. In the corner to Rogers, to Jalen, the ball deflected. Lucas has it, drives, kicks right corner. Jumper on the way by Jalen Brooks is good. That's actually Blake Rogers for his first bucket. And it's down to 5 again, 68-63.
And it's crunch time, and the ball is in Burke Putnam's hands.
4.5 minutes to play. OBU closes at Southeastern and at East Central next week. Putnam down the paint, throws it up off the glass, one-handed, missed it. Not a great shot. Tyler Garrett with a rebound, accelerates into the front court, bounces it for Devontae Brooks. Into the body that time of Putnam, and he lays it in. There was contact and no whistle. It's a one-possession game, 68-65.
The Bison are going to have to keep Devontae Brooks out of the paint.
4:10 to play in the ball game. Putnam between a double team, and it knocked away by Brooks. Picked up by Lucas, up ahead to Devontae Brooks for the layup. And it's a 1-point game, 68-67, under 4 minutes to play.
That's 6 straight points by Devontae Brooks, all right at the cup.
Between the circles, Burke Putnam on the wing, Brantley Thompson. Looking for Freeman, gets it to DJ, to 10 down low. He almost tipped an offline pass in. Mule Riders have it on the turnover. Garrett, left corner, 3 by Rogers is no good. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds, and I think it's going to be OBU no, it's Southern Arkansas basketball.
Well, I tell you, Tyler Garrett hit DJ Freeman hard coming across. There's got to be a foul on some of those plays.
Well, they were fighting over the rebound initially anyway, and that didn't help. 3:36 to play. Oklahoma Baptist in a tight one, leads by 1 over Southern Arkansas on KGFF.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Final. OBU shooting just 33% here in the second half, 45.5% for the ball game. Southern Arkansas 37%, 11 of 30 since the break, and 40% for the ball game. SAU, who averages more than 6.5 rebounds more per game than their opponents, now leading by 5 of the glass, including +6 of the offensive glass. Mule Riders trying to inbound, almost called for 5 seconds, so they have to burn a timeout with Tyler Garrett.
That's big because they only 1 timeout left for Southern Arkansas.
3:36 to play, 68-67. We've seen the forecast, winter storm coming in Wednesday and Thursday, so keep it to OBUBison.com and all the social media apps, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to find out if the game will go on as scheduled at Southeastern on Thursday night. Right now, that's our next broadcast. And that very well could go to decide the Great American Conference Championship.
Well, we did have one postponement with Southern Nazarene. That was a mega storm. I don't know if that's going to be like this, and I think we're going to have 70 degrees before that, so the road should be pretty warm.
Well, they say enjoy this weekend. They say enjoy Monday, and then it's going to go downhill.
Well, it still is February.
It is. Tell you what, though, after Christmas, I'm done with winter.
Well, you know, you get some of these nice short sleeve days and you get used to it, then all of a sudden you're bundling up a couple quilts at home.
They can't figure out whether to turn the heat on or the air conditioning on here at the Noble Complex.
That's pretty comfortable in here tonight, but a little bit warm maybe.
68-67. I'll tell you what, the competition is hot. OBU's women won by a point. The men lead by a point with 3:36 to play.
Yeah, they want
Devontae Brooks, Aaron Lucas, who have triggered inbounds. Blake Rogers, Tyler Garrett, the starting 5 out there for Southern Arkansas. Again, Lucas will be the trigger man.
Yeah, they want to get this ball inside to Devontae Brooks. Harrison Stoddart's really close to him. Yep.
Lucas to Devontae Brooks, turns, puts up a hook. He missed it. Jalen Brooks with a rebound, pulled it away from Wilcox and goes up and in.
Great defense by Harrison Stoddart. Forced that bad shot over the rim. Backside rebounding. Wilcox misses it.
69-68. Putnam in the paint and a foul. Blake Rogers is his first. That is team foul number 8 against the Mule Riders, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Burke Putnam.
How about Devontae Brooks, a double-double already. 11 of 19 from the field, 27 points, 10 boards.
Burke with 33 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. He hits the first. One of the best performances I've seen in my 7 years, especially with what's on the line today by Burke Putnam, and he hits both free throws. 9 of 9 for the free throw line. 70-69 Oklahoma Baptist. He has almost as many points as the second leading scorer, Justin Tin, who has that number. Second leading scorer today for OBU. Rogers with it right side. Aaron Lucas bounces it for Devontae Brooks. Brooks to Aaron Rogers, a 3 over Putnam right circle, too strong. Stoddard had a rebound knocked away by Devontae Brooks, who's over the back. Jalen has it. Down to Lucas, to Devontae Brooks. Spin around jumper, no. Devontae Brooks with another rebound to Lucas. Right side, 3 on the way by Rogers. No. Underneath with a rebound. Tyler Garrett wanted to go up, now has to dribble out right side. Kicks into the corner for Blake Rogers. Extra pass. Lucas with it left wing. Drives. Double clutches on the way to the glass. Missed the layup, but Devontae Brooks. Tip hook of the rim wouldn't go. Ball knocked away from Stoddard. Picked up at the foul line. Jumper by Rogers wouldn't go. And OBU finally corrals the miss. Holy Toledo, 6 chances on that trip down the floor for the Mule Riders.
Yeah, and Harrison Stoddard got hit hard a couple times, no calls. We'll have to see if they can be that consistent when the Bison are on the offensive glass.
Burt Putnam looks exhausted as he walks over to the near side. A timeout on the floor with 2:21 to play. How about that? Just like that, 4 offensive rebounds led to 6 shots on that single possession. Most of them were right at the rim, and a couple of them were in the cylinders.
Well, one of those offensive rebounds, Devontae Brooks hooked Harrison Stoddard up, both arms with like a sickle across the side, knocked him to the floor, no call. Then Harry had the ball almost in his hands at the bottom of the dotted line, and somebody just raped his forearms once again.
Southern Arkansas trailed by 8. They're on a 7, make that a 9-2 run over the last 2:50. How about this? OBU leads by a point. They've made just one of their last 17 three-pointers. They're 1 for their last 4. Burke Putnam will get the inbounds pass from Brantley Thompson. Nigel Wilcox to Stoddard, back to Brantley. The usual 5 out there on the floor now for Oklahoma Baptist. Burke works to the top of the key. Jalen Brooks is on him. Putnam gets past him, throws up a teardrop floater, missed it. Rebound out of bounds off Devontae Brooks. And Devontae knew it because he immediately turned around and pointed Mule Rider with basketball.
Yeah, but the ball was forced out by Putnam, and then it probably did go off of Brooks. But a lot of times I like when the guy on the offense forces it, that's who knocks it out of bounds.
2:05 to play. OBU will get a fresh shot clock of 20. The inbound to Stoddard, who pulls it away from Lucas to Brantley. Drives baseline right, follow a jumper, no. Rebound tip by the Mule Riders to Sips. Back to Brantley Thompson, who drives at a foul. Blake Rogers all but grabbed him. That's his second, and that's the 10th against Southern Arkansas, so OBU will have 2 shots.
It's really not a terrible foul for the Mule Riders because on the penetration, Brantley Thompson up the left side of the lane, he was going to dish out to a wide open Jaquan Sims for a 3 in the left corner.
Brantley Thompson at his final game here at the Noble Complex, 3 points, all for the foul line. He's 0 of 6 shooting, and he cleanly hits the first free throw. He's 4 of 5 for the foul line. OBU with that make 19 of 22. Southern Arkansas has been to the foul line 20 times. They're only 50%. Thompson second with his good. It's a 3-point game. 72-69 with a minute 55 to play. Sims is out of the ball game. Justin Tidd has come back in. Jalen Brooks will bounce it inbounds in the backcourt. Lucas will pick it up. Clock begins to roll with 1:50 to play. Aaron Lucas left side will hand it off to Tyler Garrett. Jalen Brooks between the rings out front. Aaron Lucas guarded by Putnam, lobs it to Brooks, who touches it back to Aaron. Lucas pump fakes, drives, now circles back out right side. He'll put up a 3, and that one front rims. 10 with a rebound, a minute and a half to play. OBU leads it by 3, 72-69. Southern Arkansas now 9 of 28 from 3 at a timeout on the floor.
I like that insertion of Justin 10 by Jason Aker. Devontae Brooks, so physical, just beating up some of the Bison down there. You get that big man, Justin 10, that's hard to push around. And sure enough, the first miss, who pulls down the rebound? Justin 10.
Bison basketball, it's a 30-second timeout brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company, McIntyre Law, by SSML, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee, and by ShopOBUBison.com, your home for the very best of officially licensed Bison apparel from brands like Adidas, Callaway Golf, Columbia, and Under Armour. Visit ShopOBUBison.com today and take advantage of fast shipping and industry-leading customer service. ShopOBUBison.com, the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist Athletics. Game reset. Possession arrow belongs to Oklahoma Baptist. Both teams with 1 timeout. 1:28 to play, and the Bison have it leading 72-69. Huge possession. Brantley Thompson to the goal, draws the foul. That was the play, I think, all the time out of the break as he went right around Garrett, who could just bump him to save the basket.
Yep, getting the free throw line. The Mule Riders have an over-aggressive man-to-man defense. It's very formidable at that, but we have astute dribblers for the Bison that can take it to the rim.
Thompson, nothing but net. First free throw. It's a two-possession game with 1:23 to play. Senior Day being won right now by the seniors, and a terrific group at that here at the Noble Complex. Brantley misses short of the second. Rebound to Jalen Brooks. Jalen Brooks of the ball game has 16 rebounds and 14 points. Another monster double-double. Right side, Tyler Garrett. Devontae Brooks with a double-double, 25 and 12. Down low, Jalen Brooks goes up against Thompson. His shot hit the side of the rim, fortunately. They'll have to earn him from the free throw line. And Mr. Thompson now has his second foul.
You know, Thompson doesn't have to move out of the way of Jalen Brooks. That jump stop, and it was like a stumble. You could argue a travel before that foul.
OBU basketball brought to you by the Theopolis Social Club before or after any OBU home event. Stop by, great live music on Theo's patio as Jalen Brooks misses the first free throw. For reservations online, TheopolisSC.com or call 405-788-4404. I have been there. I will vouch for it. My friend Clayton was there last night. Loved the salmon. Second free throw by Jalen Brooks is up and good, so he gets one of two. So one possession game with 1:05 to play. Putnam will bring it into the front court. As he does, under a minute to go. 73-70 Oklahoma Baptist. Burke to Stoddard. Right side, Brantley Thompson, 20 to shoot. Sims to Putnam. Lucas jumps out in his face. Wilcox sets a screener, tries to with 4 fouls. They break it down and they go to Stoddard left quarter. Back to Burke, 10 to shoot. Putnam gets into the paint, loses it. It goes right to Wilcox and then turns it over. Through it to Jalen Brooks. To Lucas, up ahead, right quarter for 3 of the tie. It rolls off, no good from Archibald. That was in the cylinders and spun out. OBU has it, 27 seconds to play, leading by 3, and Lucas will commit the foul.
Good triangular rebounding by the Bison on that missed three-pointer that would have tied it. 3 Bison on the triangle. That ball was going to the Bison.
Preseason top 2 teams in the coaches poll. Both bring back a wealth of experience from last year. Putnam with the first free throw. He's 10 of 10 at the line. That's huge because it makes a 2-possession game as Harvey will come in along with Blake Rogers. Justin 10 re-enters for Oklahoma Baptist. 74-70 Bison, 27 and a half seconds to play. Putnam's second one is up and it's good. So now it's 5. 75-70. Burt Putnam today has 37 points, a career high at any level. Lucas, a long 3, in and out, almost backed that off the glass. 10 had the rebound taken away from him, but saved and bounced to Harvey, who went up and came back down. He went up, came back down, and then threw it off and started, but the travel occurred first. Sims is going to get into the ball game. Andy Sharp is saying something to the official. He's grinning. I don't think he liked something, but it was clear that Connor Harvey went up and came back down.
Yeah, Sharp is arguing that he threw the ball before he hit the floor.
75-70, OBU will inbound to the backcourt nearest the Mule Rider bench, and it's Nigel Wilcox fouled by Jalen Brooks. That's number 4 on Jalen. 2 free throws here. We'll put this one to the win column for OBU, and a sweep today for the Bison on Senior Day. 75-70 the score as some of the students behind us faintly start to chant, Andy's mad.
Boy, Southern Arkansas, they crashed the board so hard with the Brooks brothers because, 10 had that ball in his hand. Perfect timing by Jalen Brooks to knock it loose.
Nigel misses the first free throw. He's 0 of 3 today at the line. Southern Arkansas 46-38 on the glass, including 25-14 offensively. Wilcox, with everybody off the paint as far as his teammates is concerned, missed both. Rebound to Devontae Brooks to Aaron Lucas. 5 seconds to play. Lucas to the goal, scoops it up and in. Correction, 7.3 seconds. Looked at that wrong. All Jason Aker can do is nearly crumble to the floor in front of us.
Now
3-point game, OBU still in control. You get a foul and a free throw, and it pretty much does it.
Yeah, you have to make one free throw. You have to get the ball in cleanly, and as physical as the Mule Riders are, they're going to go for a quick steal before that foul.
OBU baseball down late in the finale at Henderson State, 5-2 at last check. OBU gave up a big lead today, lost 10-9 in the opener, dropped the series opener yesterday, 7-3. Henderson State looking to make it 11 for 11 to start the season. They came in ranked 18th nationally and off to the best start in program history. Best way to follow your favorite Bison teams with winter turning to spring is with the all-new OBU mobile app. Download for free on your Apple or Android device by searching OBU Bison in the App Store or Google Play. I'm going to go watch high school basketball after this, but I'm going to tell you, I may just find a quiet corner if there is such a thing, close my eyes and take a nap. This day is exhausting, man.
You know what? Maybe you go over the high school game and you could call the girls and the boys game tonight.
Oh, I don't have the energy. I may go to one of the coaches' offices to take a nap. Let Mary Margaret cheer on the Pirates. Here's Trey Green to inbound. Green gets it to Burke Putnam. 5 seconds to play, and there's the foul at midcourt. That's against Devontae Brooks, and that's it. That's his 5th. Devontae Brooks with another double-double for the 25th time in 26 games. And I think I speak for everyone in Bison Nation. That guy is one heck of a player, but I don't care if I ever see him again. How about this double-double today? 25 points and 13 rebounds.
It is something to watch, some high-level basketball, though, I tell you. It's very entertaining for every person in this crowd on both sides.
Unbelievable. Putnam had made 11 straight for line before the miss. He hits the second. It should do it. OBU by 4. They'll roll it near midcourt. Lucas picks it up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He'll fire a 3. It's off the side. No good, and OBU wins. The Bison close out a home schedule of 12-1, 10-1 of the conference. They head to the road for a showdown with Southeastern with no worse than a game-and-a-half lead. And then we'll finish at East Central. So the preseason favorites in the conference have had a big target on their back, Scott. But the veteran leadership of this team just have willed the club to win night in and night out.
Well, I tell you, it's advantageous that the Bison get to play within Shawnee city limits. It's not going to be here in the Noble Complex, but that Great American Conference Tournament is right here in Shawnee.
76-72, Bison win. Our postgame show coming up next. This is Oklahoma Baptist basketball on KGFF.
Travels next week to finish up the season, then prepares for the GAC.
Okay.
I think he's nicer than you are. We can finally exhale. It was 2 emotional games today. OBU surviving in women's play. Southern Arkansas late to win it by a point. Men hold on for a 76-72 win over Southern Arkansas. And the one thing Jason said to us before he walked off to the locker room, he looked at the stat sheet. He said he had 25 and 13. And he said we double-teamed him. He's talking about Devontae Brooks. That's how much respect OBU has for him on one level and just how terrific of a player he is.
How about Jalen Brooks, who'll be back next year? 13 offensive rebounds. And that's not total. 13 on the offense. His timing, ripping balls loose. He had 18 boards. Southern Arkansas out-rebounds the Bison 47-39.
Both teams shot 30% for the four of the second half. Southern Arkansas was 36%. Oklahoma Baptist 44% for the ball game. Bison were just 2 of 18 from beyond the arc today. Southern Arkansas was 9 of 31 from the free throw line. The Mule Riders, and this will bedevil them into the postseason. They were 11 of 22 on the road. You shoot 55%, you probably come in here and knock off the front runner of the conference. But today, 11 of 22 for the line. OBU was 24 of 31. Rebounds, 47 of 39. Mule Riders, 25-14. Southern Arkansas on the offensive glass, 14. Mule Rider turnovers, 15 for Oklahoma Baptist. Points from turnovers, 18-7 in favor of SAU. OBU had 8 steals. Southern Arkansas had 9. Bison had 6 block shots today. 2 block shots for Southern Arkansas. SAU 16 assists on 26 made baskets and 8 assists on 25 made field goals today for Southern Arkansas. Final score, the stat that matters the most, 76-72 is the final. We will begin or continue with our post-game show in just a moment. This is Bison Basketball on KGFF. Then they can come out. Nope. It's up to you, later.
Last time.
Welcome back to the Noble Complex, where big-time basketball rocking back and forth. Oklahoma Baptist with a 76-72 victory over Southern Arkansas. Got Burke Putnam with me, 12 of 25 from the floor, 2 for 8 from downtown, 12 of 13 important free throws, 38 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Hey, Burke, you got the yellow shoes on. You got a little bit more ups in those shoes?
I think I got ups in every shoe, honestly.
Well, it just seemed like your launching point was unbelievable, especially on that one-handed throwdown. What were you thinking there? A lot of times you kind of move with the ball in the air and then go off the glass. That time it looked like you were just ferocious and then just threw it down with the slam.
I was thinking he busted my eye open, so I owed him one, honestly. I just wanted to get him back.
I love that toughness. You do have a bandage over your head, almost playing with one eye, and you're shooting 12 of 38 points. That's just a blow-up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just all God, you know. God, my teammates, coach, you know, they just put me in a position, and I'm able to succeed.
How about some of the wins that you're getting? There's no easy victories in this league, and then you got to fight against Arkansas Monticello. You guys fight Southern Arkansas, very physical on the rebounding advantage. They out-rebounded you 47-39, but you guys fight to the end, and then win in crunch time.
Yeah, you know, Coach told us beginning of the year, this league is no joke. Every game that we play is going to be a dogfight, and we've really put that in our mentality. And all credit due to the Brooks brothers. They are a lot to handle, you know.
How about Coach Aker inserting Justin Tenn, a big, strong body, to fight against Devontae Brooks, who tries to bully everybody in there? It's hard to push Justin around, isn't it?
Yeah, Justin, he's just as big as them. I mean, he's actually probably bigger and stronger than Devontae, but he really gave us a spark off the bench today. He did I'm so proud of him. He did a big thing today.
Another outstanding performance by Burke Putnam.
Thank you.
Burke Putnam, 12 of 25 from the floor, 12 of 13 from the free throw line, 38 points, 2 steals, 4 rebounds. Oklahoma Baptist, 76, Southern Arkansas, 72. Todd Miller will be back with head coach Jason Aker after this. This is Bison Basketball on KGFF Classic Hits. Thank you.
Complex on senior day. OBU escapes twice. The women won by a point, the men by 4, 76-72. OBU's women get good news. Southeastern, who is chasing them for the 8th and final playoff spot, loses today at home to Ouachita. Speaking of Southeastern, we'll see the Savage Storm in our next game, weather permitting, Thursday night down in Durant. Today, Jason Aker joins us after a 4-point win over Southern Arkansas. And that's a team that you have the utmost respect for, Jason, but it's also a team that I think you'll agree with this statement you hope you never see again.
Southern Arkansas, they have a winning program, a winning DNA. The way that they compete, the way that they work, how well coached they are, they take it out of you. I mean, they take every ounce of energy and toughness out of you. I thought our guys played tough. I thought they played hard. And then you look up after the game, and they got 25 offensive rebounds. And so all we talked about going into the game was rebounding, and they still just fought us. And but our guys hung in there. I thought both teams were deserving of winning, and we were fortunate to get on the winning side. But it was a heck of a game.
I had mentioned on the broadcast that Burke, through social media, really had been looking forward to his senior day here on Bison Hill. And goodness gracious, what a performance he put on. In fact, during one stretch, he basically was the offense, finished with 38 points as he and you were able to hold off this Muehlwetter team.
I'm just now seeing that he had 38 points.
Yeah.
Wow, we needed every single one of those. I thought that was a big drive and bucket by Brantley late, him getting to the foul line. You know, the two distinct things that Southern Arkansas does is they rebound as good as anybody in the country, and they're one of the best teams in the country at taking away the three, and they did both of that against us, but we were able to just hold on. I thought Justin Tinn was absolutely huge. I thought Trey Green off the bench. I thought DJ Freeman off the bench. I thought it was a total team effort, but you know, when you get done with a game with them, you know, the game is so choppy. The game is not going to be pretty. And so, you know, when we went to the locker room, you know, our guys were, it's what it should be this time of year. Our guys were exhausted. They're super excited about getting the day off tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. Getting a nap, getting a day off. And, you know, when you think about the tournament coming up, there's a lot of teams that can win it. Southern Arkansas can definitely win the tournament. They're definitely, if they're not the best team, they're one of the best teams. And so the opportunity that our guys presented for themselves is we play for a conference championship next Thursday in Durant. And just for our young men to get that opportunity, whether we win or whether we lose, we're going to have a fun time preparing. We're going to have a blast going down to Durant and competing and representing OBU.
I want to talk about Justin Tinn a little bit more because I made the comment during the broadcast that what he did against Arkansas Monticello here on Thursday in limited minutes. Today he stretched out a little bit more at 13.5 minutes and finished with a double-double. If you look at just his productivity on paper the last couple of games versus his playing time, he's been as productive really as anybody on your ball club.
Well, we encouraged him and reiterated it at shoot-around is that we knew, you know, you have certain teams in our league that are big. And so Southern Arkansas, Southeastern, Northwestern, some of the teams in our league are big. And so when we go big, DeMichael and Justin are a huge part of our team. They're a huge part of our team any day. But we knew it. All of us were telling them at shoot-around, we need you. We need you for today because Southern Arkansas is such a load. Not only do they have Aaron, who is the reigning player of the year and defensive player of the year in the league, but, you know, the Brooks brothers, they get 31 rebounds between them. They get 18 offensive rebounds between the two of them. And you would think that it's something that we overlooked, but it's really all that we talked about. And so that's a credit to them. That's a credit to their staff. And those kids are winners.
This team is so hard to defend because Devontae Brooks really takes not one but two defenders. And you mentioned his double-double of 25 and 13. That, Jason, came with you guys really employing two of your five defenders on him exclusively.
We tried to double team him at times, but he gets so deep, and Coach does such a good job of moving your defense around, and they were hitting him on that short roll, which they're very good at that. And it's not like, you know, we're the first team to prepare for them or to play against them with him as a heavy point of emphasis. You know, I thought that number 10, Tyler, you know, he hit those big threes in the first half, and they're just, they take everything that you have. And so for us to split with them, we're elated. I thought we fought really hard down there, and we came up on the short side of it, not being able to make some plays late. But I thought us getting to the foul line was a big deal today, and then they missed some foul shots that they normally would make, and so that was fortunate, and so I'm glad our guys were able to take advantage of that.
I thought easily the largest and best crowd of the season. They saved their best for last, and what a tribute to this senior class to be sent off that way.
Well, for my uncle and his family to be here, I had several family friends of mine that were here, and then we had a ton of family of our players, and Coach Wooldridge was here with his family to see off Brantley and Harrison and the wonderful career that they've had. You know, to get to have two senior days with Jaquan, Brantley, and Harrison, my vote is to let's bring them back and have a third senior day next year.
Hey, I'm all for it. Jason, congratulations. Not much time for the weary to rest. Big turnaround in Durant next Thursday, and we'll look forward to that challenge.
All right, Todd. Thank you.
Jason Aker visiting with us. His team wins it today 76-72 over a very, very good Southern Arkansas team. Officially today, Burke Putnam with a career-high 38-point, 4 rebound, 2 assist, 2 steal ball game. Burke as good as it comes in his final senior day here on Bison Hill. 2 other Bison joined him in double figures. Harrison Stoddard had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 block shots. OBU blocked 6 Mule Rider shots today. 10 points, 10 rebounds from Justin Tien, who you heard us visited with the head coach a moment ago. The last 2 games, he has been huge for this Bison team off of the bench. Rounded out the scoring, 6 apiece from Brantley Thompson, his final home game at the Noble Complex. Brantley was 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He was 0 of 7 shooting. 6.6 rebounds from DJ Freeman. He had a block in the ball game. And then the rest of the scoring today, 4 from Jaquan Sims, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals for Jaquan. And 2 points today from Trey Green. Those came from the free throw line after Burke Putnam had been injured and had to come out of the ball game. How about these numbers for the leading scorers today for Southern Arkansas? Devontae Brooks, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. 15 points, 18 rebounds for his brother Jalen. Jalen Brooks had 13 of his 18 rebounds on the offensive end. 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Jalen Brooks. 11 points for Aaron Lucas, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals for Lucas. Also in double figures, Tyler Garrett, he had 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And Garrett was really good today for the Mule Riders from beyond the arc, hitting 3 of 4. 4 points in a losing effort for Blake Rogers. All those came in the second half. 3 points from Ty Archibald and Connor Harvey off of the bench. Bench scoring today, though, OBU prevails in that category, 18-6. Points from turnovers, 18-17 Mule Riders. Points to the paint, 40-34 Oklahoma Baptist. That is a huge, huge statistic, as large as Southern Arkansas is and the presence that they post in the paint. 23 points on second chance opportunities for the Bison, 14 for the Mule Riders. Southern Arkansas with a 10-9 advantage in points off turnovers. Biggest lead of the ball game, OBU's was by 9 with 8:33 to play in the second half. Southern Arkansas about 8.5 minutes in, led by 6. And they would come back to take a lead in the second half. OBU came back, erased at the time a 4-point deficit and win by 4. 76-72 on senior day behind a career effort, 38 points from Burke Putnam. We'll bring Scott back in and we will say goodnight after the final time, this final break from the Noble Complex. OBU wins it today 76-72 and sweeps Southern Arkansas. This is Bison Basketball on KGFF. Okay.